Are we on
Start
both
by
of them?
blowing everybody's eardrums
Yes,
out.
sir.
What's happening? Hey.
I don't think anyone's here yet. You got to chill with those buttons, by the way. Watching that, was it? Who did it? It was during the last week when we were going off about the deck picks.
Yeah.
Norm had was killing it. He's like, when he said it was like, oh yeah, that's the deck you want on the girls' weekend. That's not one you marry. You were just smashing buttons, and I was like, I'm just trying to hear what Norm's saying. I'm just trying to hear what Norm's saying.
Is it like too loud?
No, it was just you were doing it too much. You were just hammering like the applause and the air horn and the.
Yeah, it's having fun.
I get it.
Fight me.
I get it. But like funny jokes need to just let them simmer. Let them marinate. You can critique what I do.
Norm does not let jokes simmer. He fires them all off. They're
True.
so good.
You can critique me. Let me reciprocate.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, we're live. So
appreciate
Kyle,
it.
please stop yelling at us. It's like that.
You.
I watched that and I was like, look, it's Kyle. When he tells us all the stuff we do wrong, and then the second the camera turns on, he's like, I love you
Hey,
guys.
everybody.
Like,
I can literally buy you.
I can literally buy you.
Look at my grills. These cost more than you make in a year. Peasant.
Oh.
Peasant.
Dan's race pick.
Tuned
went
into
for-
therapy night. Yeah, pretty much. We turned the
Dude.
live stream on too early, so you missed us hitting each other.
You only where you can't see it, so you
Yeah.
can see the bruises.
You should see my ribs right now. They're
You get the highest point option literally ever
It
for the
would-
first time ever,
Yeah.
oh,
and it broke the app.
I could not do any better. No, I will. No one will beat
The
that.
NASCAR app. It shows you the results and it
Yeah.
shows you the points. That's why Norm and I were going back and forth. The app doesn't show 61.
It's a
'cause
60.
It's never been an option.
I saw 60 and I was like, wait, I thought he got the fastest lap. And then I looked
did.
at Pockrass's
Yeah,
results.
'cause I don't think it's ever shown fastest lap.
No, it does.
Every
There-
single time it does.
It does.
But
and
you think it's maxed?
Yeah.
So you won't
the
show
person
it?
That's my
that
guess.
the person that has it is highlighted in purple.
Because it was, and now they fixed it.
Oh,
last,
there we go.
Last night it only showed 60.
Same. I saw that too.
And now it shows 61.
Does it show 61?
I had
to
go
checked
to-
it again.
I
thought
had to go to
today.
Pockrass's.
I checked it this morning. It said 60 still.
I had
Yeah,
to go to
I did
Pockrass's
too.
tweet where he has the this is the final results, and I saw it 61. I was
I
like,
went
okay.
to Xfinity Racing's Instagram and they showed it too.
Oh,
He set a track record too.
really?
Yeah.
A new track record.
Yeah, just put on a damn show. But yeah, this is the
So-
the old I guess the Some Things Not segment, right? What do we
Little pre-race,
do I
dude.
still have the button? Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah. This Some Things Not segment in which we call off track. Scumbag, why don't you kick it off today? What do you got?
All right.
Oh, happy anniversary, by the way.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of wild. It's already been a year.
I was reliving that when you said you guys made your happy anniversary post yesterday, and I was like,
Wait.
how is the
wait.
coolest wedding in the world already been a year ago?
Right. Okay, now go.
Yeah. So no, the wife and I just went out to a
It feels
Italian
weird
place.
just hitting it once.
Yeah. Right. You usually gotta hit it at least like 4 or 5.
It's got to be at
times.
least 2 or 3.
Yeah. We just went to a nice dinner.
All right, your time's up.
Well, if you know what you're doing, if you know what you're doing, you can just flick the button once and it works.
That's true. You gotta find the button though.
Magic fingers.
It's a little red button.
You gotta find the button. It's the little man in the canoe.
Yeah.
You're gonna got a lot closer than that.
Other than that, nothing much. I just did a memorial thing for my aunt today. Went up to New Hampshire, up to Dover.
T's
Great
and P's.
state.
Yeah.
Great Dover,
Appreciate
not a
it.
great town.
You went to Tosca and Hingham.
Yeah,
right?
Tosca and Hingham.
Where-
It's really
which
nice.
Nobody will know. It's close by here, actually.
well,
Yeah.
What did you get?
I got the braised short rib ragu,
Oh yeah, you told me that.
yeah, which was really good.
So
and
good.
then Tammy got some type of tortellini. I don't
I didn't-
remember
Place
what
is
it was.
fantastic.
I didn't know you were
Top
talking
tier.
about a restaurant. I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about the Bob Tasca, the dealership,
Oh,
the guy that has all the
Tasca?
drag cars and
Yeah,
stuff. I was
yeah,
like, that's
yeah.
what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, we went there and had dinner. Hot
Be
dogs.
a lot cooler
and-
story if you did, though.
Yeah. No, yeah, we just did that. Mother's Day, didn't really do much. Just hung around the house, kind of detail the truck, get all the Clyde's fur out of it.
Okay, I still got to do that.
Oh my god, it's
That's a
Two-
process.
2 hours and still fur in there. Like, I gotta like literally remove the seats to like get like in between the tracks
good
and all
luck.
that stuff. But I know it is what it is. Just try to keep that thing clean, unlike I normally do with my other cars.
Dude, the best thing you should at the end of the day at work just grab the blower and just blast as
That's
much of it
true,
out as
too,
often as you
yeah.
can. That's what I do. I grab like the mini hand blower, the Milwaukee one,
Yeah,
and just open all 4 doors and just blast as
All right,
much out
Milwaukee
as
money,
often as
relax.
I
I
can.
do have a Milwaukee leaf blower, so I can just use.
Oh, I
that.
take it back. The mini one is actually the Harbor Freight special.
Dude, Harbor Freight's the best.
Hercules.
It's literally the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Harbor
no,
Freight's
Bauer.
Oh, so it's a
An
Bauer.
hour.
I mean, if you're not going to use it constantly, that's fine.
No, that's
It
I
works
bought.
mint.
Yeah.
I went and bought my 1/2 inch drive torque wrench for doing like lug nuts and stuff. I bought at Harbor Freight 10 years ago. I tested it against my dad's $500 digital Snap-on. I was within a foot bound. I was like,
Yeah.
really? And then,
Works fine.
so when I built my wheels, 3 weeks ago now, I went and grabbed the 3/8 inch
Yep.
pound one for like $12.99. I was like, the other one works great. I'll
Yeah,
trust this.
I just
yeah.
bought my dad one not too long ago.
I get my 1/2 inch one I've had for equally as many years, and it's meant
I've never had a
just used to
problem.
put the wheels on the truck.
Yep, I've never had a problem with it.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
dad
I
was
mean-
rebuilding like a 3-wheeler engine. He's like, "Do you have a 3/8 torque wrench?" I was like, "No."
Harbor Freight does.
And
though.
I was going to Harbor Freight for something, so I just grabbed one. I was like, "Hey, I got you a torque wrench." Go, "Oh, you need to buy me one." That's like,
Toretto nearly killed the guy with one.
I was
did.
like, "That's 20
Yeah,
That was
bucks."
a
I'll never
1/2 inch torque
forget.
The
wrench.
half inch.
Oh, it was
yeah,
a half.
That
but
was
then
half-inch.
in the flashback, he's holding a combination wrench.
Yeah.
So
Wait, in the flashback or in the actual movie where they go back in time?
no,
Two.
I think it's like he pulls a combination wrench, which is like a 1.5 inch combination wrench. You wouldn't need that for anything ever.
Nope.
And he's like, "This is what I used."
My favorite is was that Fast 9 when the start of the movie they're at Irwindale and it's supposed to be like his dad in the late model
Yeah.
series,
Yeah.
but it's supposed to be in the 80s and the cars are like 90s, 2000s Monte Carlos. So I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah,
Irwindale.
It's the most like Final Destination thing you've ever seen
Oh,
in your
yeah.
entire life.
What do you got, Norm?
Just did family stuff for the most part. Saturday, I just went out and did some errands. I don't really know why I didn't watch the truck race. I don't know what I was doing,
I didn't know it was on.
but I didn't watch a single lap of that nonsense. Then we had the little Lucis Fast Racing League on Saturday night.
Yep.
I got let's say how to phrase this.
Oh yeah, you got done dirty.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the most politically correct way of saying fucked. All right.
Oh no, he got
Ricky Harden. Fucking
Old Dick
oh,
Harden.
dude. No one likes this guy, first of all. Don't know why he keeps showing up. He
leaves
litters,
trash
leaves
everywhere.
trash everywhere. He
That
purposely-
pissed off Norm so
he
much.
purposely takes pictures where his adorable young son and his dad are perfectly blocking the Lucis Fast logo on his shirt when he's going to get in the local newspaper. I know he did it on purpose because
He
he's
did.
a son of a bitch. He won't send me feet pics without socks. And he fucking, it was like the checkered flag was out in practice. So we were finishing. And he's like, he was just passing me on the outside because I was slowing down to hit escape to get out of the car. And he goes, "Coming high, watch out." And I was like, "All right, fuck you." And I just turned hard right into him because it's the end of practice. It was all over. Nothing was happening. And I was like, he'd be like, "Oh, why'd you do that?" I'm like, "I'd be scared if you were actually an admin," because he was complaining that he didn't have admin powers. Apparently he got admin powers at one point during the practice. So he goes, "I'll show you." And he disqualifies me from the event.
but he did it thinking he could just quickly undo it.
But I think because the checkered flag was already out for practice, that it was considering it the next stage, which was the race. Because we were
Right.
in open qualifying.
Yeah, open qualifying.
Which I don't. If you can undisqualify somebody in practice, you might not be able to or in qualifying or something. So I had to sit there and watch the entire race.
First race, because Ricky's like, I'm so sorry. I don't know why it won't let me go back. He was panicking, and it was the
So
greatest.
Joe gives me admin powers for the race, and I was like, "All right, Ricky's getting an EOL every fucking lap. I'm just gonna bury him in paperwork, dude." And I'm like, "I'm gonna make this race hell for at least one person." And Joe immediately, unceremoniously, takes my admin powers away.
The words "I'm gonna make somebody's race hell" are barely out of his mouth, top of my screen. Norm Pelletier has had admin privileges removed. I was like, oh,
Ouch.
I was livid, but we had some fun. The jumpy truck races were fun. We did a couple
Oh,
Yes
so
2
bad.
races
Man, I
after
missed it.
that.
not gonna talk about who won the Dover race.
Don't remember it.
That weird. Must have been some asshole.
I wasn't in it.
I'm guessing it was you.
It was me. It was
the,
fun actually.
The
Those-
jumpy trucks at Loudon, were like too competitive.
so the problem is Joe had a bunch of his buddies come from whatever league they're in, and a couple of them are very good road racers.
Ringers.
So
Dude. He brought a couple white SVGs.
The kid that
and
led the whole lap, the whole race from start to finish. What was his whole pole time? Like 2 seconds faster than all
he
of us.
117. We were 119s or something.
At one point in the race, I ran like it pops up. I ran like a 117.9, and it's like, you've set the fastest lap of the race. And I was like, got his ass. Next lap by, he sets the fastest lap at like a 117.1. I was like, ooh, he took that personally.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I got screwed on that race. I got shipped in the first turn, so I never even had a chance.
Well, at least you had fun, though.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
But we
That
did that.
track is so fun on
Beer
those
league's
with
great.
those
And
trucks.
then Sunday, I did it for you boys. Started the morning playing some golf.
Attaboy. All three of us did on
Uh,
Sunday.
hole in one on the first hole, dude.
Okay, so
Putts easy.
yeah, he went to mini golf.
Oh.
That's when he told me he was going to Chichester. I was like, I know where he's going. He's not going to play golf. There's no
Yeah, I
golf
went to- I
courses
went
in
to
Chichester.
Chucksters, dude.
Chucksters.
It's right past Loudon.
Yes.
We passed the track on the way in.
Yep.
Went there. Hole in one on the first hole. The 17 holes after that, I plummeted and finished last.
Welcome to golf.
Well, we played. It was jam packed because apparently everyone's bringing their mom and kids to go play mini golf
Well, it was
for Mother's
also
Day.
the first sunny day in like a week.
Yeah,
So,
so the place
That's
was
true.
booming with people. So there was like lines at every hole. So we were a big group. We had 8 of us with the 2 kids, and we're like, all right, we're doing like a 4-shot limit to keep going to move faster, which I think screwed me because you cut everybody off at 4. You never have that person that just plummets, and you can gain spots because if somebody gets to 6 or something, and you only shot a 3 or 4, you're going to gain a bunch on them.
Yeah.
But everyone just drop it in the water once, pull it out, take a shot. Oh, nope, 4. And move on. You never have a shot to gain
Yeah. True.
because everyone's pretty much at the bottom.
yep.
So that was fun. And then after that, we did it for Kyle and we went to Applebee's.
Did you really?
Did you get
Yeah.
drunk at
What'd you get?
Applebee's?
I didn't get drunk at Applebee's.
Did you get kicked out?
No.
That's
Uh,
you didn't
what'd
have
you
a full
I thought we
Applebee's
were gonna. My
experience.
mom went in there with straight Karen energy and it was driving us all crazy.
What'd you
We-
have?
We went in there with like fucking 8 people. And my mom's like, we want the tables together. I was like, we have 8 people. This is an Applebee's. Tables together isn't really a thing. It's not set up for that. It's not a giant open floor plan. There's like an upper level of booths and a lower level at the bar. Like you can't do that. And we want to sit together. Like, and they eventually put tables together, but it was like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
But I got a chicken bacon ranch sandwich. It was
Good
pretty
choice. Yeah. Solid.
That and we got some like they have like tater keg waffle fry things.
Oh,
got those
Oh, yeah,
open.
yeah.
solid.
They're also good. But yeah,
Attaboy.
Applebee's. It's all right. It's a microwave food with a bunch of seasoning on it, so it's pretty good.
I
It's
don't,
fine to
I
me.
don't see
I
the
enjoy it.
problem. I don't see the
I
issue.
see no issue.
Yeah.
Dan, what do you got for the folks?
The huge. Obviously, we kind of fell back into like wintertime this week where we didn't leave the house all week because it was just miserable.
Rainy and gross.
I mean, Thursday, it finally looked clear. We scheduled 9 holes of golf on Wednesday night for Thursday, thinking finally it's nice out. We get to go outside before it's a crappy couple days.
Yeah.
Get out of work. I'm driving home. There is black clouds in front of me. I was like, storms rolled in. I was like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
It was just,
was a
we
gross
didn't do
week.
anything all week. Fun story. The little kitten, well, she's not a kitten anymore. She's almost 2, but she still looks like a kitten, has a new nickname. Roof Cat.
It's not a very clever nickname. But
No.
Go on.
She was on the roof of the house.
I would have called her Roofies.
She was on the roof of the house.
Yeah, my cats go on the roof all the time.
She's not supposed
Nobody
to.
laughed at the
You
Roofies
have-
joke? Nobody?
No, it wasn't that good.
They should
Um,
call them Flories, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you
Figure
call the other 2 cats floor cats?
Your cat goes on the roof because your cats are outside cats.
Yeah, my cats are for the streets.
Mine are not. Mine are pampered little babies that live
Next
in
door
the house.
neighbor's got 2 cats for the streets. The best. They
Yeah,
hunt
I have
mice
a cat
all the
right
time.
now that I'm probably not going to see for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
They
I
hunt the mice around here.
Yeah.
Never seen a
remember I
mouse.
live in the
No,
woods.
ours don't do a good job. They're killers, but they just go for chipmunks, which cause no pain. They don't go for the mice that go into my 4-wheeler.
Chipmunks
So-
take a lot of holes, though.
So yeah, no, mine. We live in the woods, and everything out there would kill them. So that's why ours stay in the house
That's or the roof.
or the roof. So we the screen of our bedroom window. Frankie put his head through it like many years ago. You know how screens work. It's got like the gasket. He just pulled it out from that.
Yeah.
So I've taken it apart, put it back together like 3 or 4 times because sometimes he does it again because he doesn't know where to stop when he gets it in the window.
Bodie's done it quite a few times.
So
My cat tried to do it during the Lucis Fast Race on Saturday.
So we have just started opening the windows again because it's been nice out. And it was still in, but there was one spot that was out. I'm like, I should fix that. And I made a joke. I was like, I should fix that before Kitten ends up on the roof. That was like a week ago. Sitting on the couch. I don't remember what day it was. Sitting on the couch, Steph takes the dogs out. I hear her screaming for me. And I'm like, what the fuck? What? I'm like jumping off the couch. I'm running. She's screaming. And I finally, like, I get next to an open window. I'm like, what? She goes, Kitten's on the roof. I'm like, fuck. Panic. First thing I think of is for some odd reason, I have an extension ladder in my backyard. It's been there since we moved in. I've just never moved it because the other extension ladders I have are like behind the cabrio in the garage hanging up. So I'm thinking of like fastest course of action here. So I run into the backyard, grab the extension ladder. I put it on the roof. I get 1 foot on the roof and I realize fucking roof is steep. Like I'm going to die if I try to do this. Wow, I'm attempting to do this. So I get off the ladder. I run around to the front of the house. While I was fucking around in the back of the house, unbeknownst to me, Steph had grabbed a 4-foot ladder, was on the top rung of the 4-foot ladder where it says not to be. And apparently,
To be or not to
apparently
be.
the kitten was so freaked out, she ran right to her. Steph had to grab her by the scruff and like then get off the ladder. Mind you, my wife, love her to death. She's the greatest person in the world. Clumsy as fuck.
Yep.
Yeah,
is
she
very-
won't climb the ladder to get onto the camper.
No, she is very clumsy. So to know that she was standing on the top of a 4-foot ladder and didn't end up like through a window or
Just like Peter Griffin, just
Mom-
like sprawled
Yeah,
out.
Mom's
exactly.
intuition right there.
Exactly. So I come running around the house and she's standing there holding the kitten. My first thought is, why are you still holding the kitten? Throw it in the house. Because
Yeah.
I've had it happen. Like my dad growing up, cats at my dad's house, like they get out and they panic. They freak out.
Right,
And they run. So I'm like, she's good now. You're holding her. But if something spooks her and she claws the shit out of you and runs away, I was like, open that door, throw her in the house right now. And we just sat outside for like 10 minutes. I was like, I got to let my heart rate come down.
Yeah.
Um,
To a similar story, like you have the, the parent of, the whatever protective
yeah.
instinct just takes over. Bodie went out in the backyard at the old house and there was a skunk. I didn't see it. So you remember the old house. You walk out the
Yep.
back door and there's the porch and then it walks out to the pool.
Yep.
So he was right where the porch opens up to the pool. So I could see him facing one way and I couldn't see what he was growling at.
Yeah.
I was like, what is it, dude? And I turned the corner and he's nose to nose with a skunk.
And you're
I was
like-
like, fuck. So I scooped
First
him
of
with
all,
one
it
hand.
was like the Spider-Man meme. You're like, which one is which?
Yeah. So I scooped him with one hand and I kicked the skunk in the face with my foot
I would have laughed.
and
if
then
it-
ran
I
inside.
would have laughed if it spun around spraying you
Oh,
as it.
well, it was starting to turn. That's why I went with the scoop and kick.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I got away scot free.
See,
Yeah, I would
I've,
have just been ordering tomato sauce at that point.
I've had a couple of those.
Cody,
big
come in when you're
Amazon.
ready. We'll get the bath
I've gotten
ready.
lucky with skunks. Knock on something that's wood. Our biggest issue, we have skunks in the woods and stuff. I've seen them.
Yeah.
The biggest ones for us is porcupines. Like I
Oh,
think
really?
like last year, the year before, I remember walking outside.
I've never
Obviously,
seen one.
When I open the door,
I-
the dogs
been
go
a long time.
The dogs go flying out the door, so I'm usually like a couple steps behind them. I walk out middle of the night. I shine the flashlight. I always at night I shine the flashlight on the woods line because we have like deer, any kind of weird animals. And
Yeah.
right as I hit it, I'm like, fuck! It's a porcupine the size of Frankie. Thankfully, both my dogs have one brain cell. They went running this way. They had no idea, and I was like, we're gonna go back inside. We're just gonna go back in.
I do the scan before I let him out because we got a lot going
Yeah.
on back here too.
So yeah, that was just something that happened last week. And then
Our
finally
dogs will
the
let us know
weather,
if something's out there.
oh yeah, mine too. The weather cleared up finally after, my yard it's finally drying out today, but the culvert in front of my driveway was actually overflowing and flowing through my driveway. I thought our driveway was going to wash away. We had so much rain. It was insane. And then it finally cleared up. Sunday was beautiful. Got out, played some golf, and then, went out. Got some Mexican food last night with
Nice.
with the fam.
Heck yeah, dude.
Apparently,
What'd you get?
I don't even remember. Everybody got all
He
sorts
got a
of shit.
cheese quesadilla.
You're not
and
wrong.
queso
Actually,
sauce.
got
Why?
three of them and cheese dip.
Okay.
Um,
You could do the what are the other ones?
Like a taquito type
Taquito?
thing?
No. I carry on.
apparently the limit at
Although
this,
you probably eat like desserts at Mexican
not
places.
really. They do have a really good lava cake.
because they have
but we're
like
trying to get the hell out of there.
churro sundaes and stuff like that.
Fried ice cream is actually a banger.
Oh,
if you've
yeah.
never had it.
Yeah,
That
that's a big
tortilla
one.
flats, dude.
That's good.
So apparently the limit at this place is 4 people because if you have 4 people, in and out, no problem. The place wasn't even that busy. We had 5, and apparently, like they only have a couple places to put 5 people,
Yeah, they
5 or
chaos.
more people. It was
They
a
had to rebuild the
45-minute
entire
wait. I
lobby
was like,
for you.
Jesus Christ.
Rebuild
But
the
yeah,
whole place.
that's about it.
Nice. I got a couple quick things. Got the Cabrio out of storage. Well, not storage, just like the back of the garage.
I
but
saw that.
got her out. Gave it a quick detail. Took it for a rip over the weekend. Check engine light came on for the first time ever in that thing, which is awesome.
Oh, mine's constantly on because I don't have a cat.
I'm surprised
anymore.
that thing has a check engine light.
Me too. It came on while I was
Because
driving.
that's like a 95 or 6, right?
98.
Oh, is it that new?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, ours are both OBD2.
Yep. Check engine light came on. Driving perfectly fine.
Probably
I'm
nothing.
not gonna check it. Don't care.
Mine's been on forever because I don't have a cat. I don't even know if the back O2 sensor's plugged in. I'm pretty sure that's wires just.
Yeah. Things driving fine, so whatever. It was great to have that thing out for a little rip.
I
Put
had a
new wheels on
brief,
my truck.
had a brief second of taking mine down here today, and then that thought went away real quick.
Good thing you didn't.
Yeah, I'm glad I
Traffic
didn't.
was not fun.
No, it probably would
Um,
have been better on traffic
no, it
because that
would've
thing's
sucked.
got a little sissy clutch, doesn't it?
The GTIs isn't bad either. GTI, it's a
you
south
had
bed,
like-
but it feels
I
stock.
thought you had like a stage 2 in that
Yeah,
thing.
but it feels stock.
Does it?
Yeah.
Put the wheels on my truck.
Yeah, I don't. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about them. I like them. They're not my jam, but they do look good on the truck.
Yeah,
They're very cool wheels, but you definitely have like a identity crisis with that truck going on.
Kinda.
Where you're like, I bought the limited, so it's like the nice fancy truck, but I'm
I want
modifying it to be a TRD.
I want it to be a Tacoma.
Right.
yeah.
yeah. That's why the fender flares are going, because the fender flares are like the painted metallic
Yeah.
silver, which
Yeah.
look terrible. That's why I took the grill off and did like flat black grill, just the normal textured stuff. So I'm gonna get the flares that are the normal textured. Like I'm basically gonna make it a base model, exterior wise,
Interior, you get all the good
Yeah,
stuff though.
because that's
Yeah,
all
get
I
it.
ever wanted.
Yeah.
But I like them. You know, it was definitely a risk. I agree with you.
Are those
That's where I'm going with
I think
it.
they're gorgeous.
are those
And the-
factory wheels? Like are those like an TRD option?
They're
wheel?
obviously they're not the factory
I think
ones
they're
No.
because they
TRD
didn't come in
like
bronze.
dealer upgrade kind of thing.
That's
Yeah.
what I meant. Are they like parts catalog? Because I saw
Yeah.
they have the TRD center caps. So
Yeah.
I was like, are
Yeah.
they just parts catalog
The
wheels?
pro
Okay.
comes on black. They're always black for
Gotcha.
the pros. That's the bronze.
and
But
I don't think there's
I like 'em.
there's nothing else Toyota other than the Sequoia that comes 5 lug. So it's
Oh.
not like they're a 4Runner wheel because those are all 6 lug still like
Gotcha.
Tacomas.
Gotcha.
well, they're all 6 lug now.
No, yours is 5 lug.
No, it's not.
He just changed the wheels. I think he
I
know.
thought it was 5 lug.
Nope. The third gen, the new Tundra, they're all 6.
Is it the same bolt pattern, 6x139 that
Yep.
Tacoma is?
Yep. they're
Oh,
all the
those
same.
were 5 lug forever.
Tacomas.
Tundras.
Yeah, until this generation. Now
Oh,
they're all
okay.
6. So yeah, I mean, I like them overall. I'm gonna get rid of those flares, and I think that'll start to pull it back together as it should.
Like, I don't
Uh,
mind the flares, but I would have put deuces on that thing.
Yeah, different look, but you can always change it down the road.
Yeah,
so
you're not ruining
just
the
gotta
truck
have
by
our
any
old
means.
scumbag Steve over here program the TPMS to actually function.
What size are those?
Give it a little
Are
balance.
those
Does Toyota
20s?
not self-program?
They're 18s.
Those are 18s. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought new Toyota self-programmed.
I tried it, didn't work.
Yeah.
So I'll have that guy look at it.
Chevy's a pain
Yeah,
in
I'll
the
get
ass.
them.
Chevy's such
Old
a pain.
Toyotas used to suck. You'd have to go. I have to go around to each wheel on like my old Tundra and like those older style Tacomas before your body style Tacomas. You'd have to go around, scan each wheel, and it would give you a number, and that
Yeah.
was the the ID number for the TPMS sensor. Write that down for all 4, and then go plug the computer in and pretty much program it like you're doing a hot tune in the thing. And you'd have to manually enter in the TPMS ID numbers and shit.
Oh boy,
It was a pain in the ass.
that's a pain. So yeah, just gotta have him do that and have him rebalance them because it got a baby little shimmy between 65 and 75. Drives me nuts.
Yep.
So,
That's the other reason I
There
drove
we
the
go.
Cabrio down because I thought about all highway with the shake that I have, and I'm like, you know
Yeah.
what?
Does
I'm
it
good.
shake at 25?
No, it would have been fine today.
Good
Actually,
news.
it would have been great today.
My
yeah.
Cabrio shakes at 25 because this is a bent wheel.
Attaboy.
It's fine. And then played golf with Mom on Sunday.
Yep. I'll never get you out, but
We had a blast. Put on an absolute show for the vast majority of it, and then completely fell apart.
Yeah, that's cute on 9 holes.
Okay, fuck yourself.
I'm just saying, you give me shit all the time. I only play 9.
Dan,
play
don't make
18.
fun of him for golf. Make fun of him for those dumbass shoes he's wearing.
What are? You said you bought Hey Dudes.
I did.
Yeah, I
Are
didn't
those
think he's
new?
going to wear them on
Are those
camera.
freshies?
Yeah, brand new.
How they feel? I've never actually test driven them. How do
They're
they feel?
strong. I do recommend. They are hideous.
I feel like
But
those
they
are
are
going to
very
really
comfortable.
seal in the flavor.
That's what I worry
Well,
about.
I'm only wearing them with socks.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those crazy people that wear things without socks because
I
then they
went-
start to stank.
Dude, I went through a
Pass.
phase when maybe not high school, but like maybe a little younger, where I stopped wearing socks with like sneakers. Don't know why. It
Ew.
was like, I don't know why. I just stopped. And I remember that first time I realized how bad my fucking shoes smell. I was like, I'm never doing that again. It was like
No.
a couple weeks, and I was like, nah, we're done with that.
No, too clammy too.
Way too clammy.
Too clammy.
Way
Um,
too
I don't even like to
I
wear
do-
Crocs
I-
without socks. I think
That's-
socks
Yeah, I
make
don't-
them more
I don't either.
comfortable.
I have started.
They get slippery.
Well, the
I don't
first
like
couple
it.
years we went to Pocono, I would wear the Crocs with no socks.
Oh,
By the
bro,
end of
when
the
we met
weekend-
Corey LaJoy, that was...
You weren't there.
I don't think you remember that weekend.
He doesn't
at
remember
all.
much.
No, not really.
But it was like you're sweating, standing still in the shade
was
type
hot.
of weather.
That was
And we
hot.
were on top of the camper, and I was not wearing socks because it was so hot in my Crocs. And we were like rushing over to the campsite next, a couple down, to meet Corey LaJoy. And I am dying because
We
my
were
Crocs
sliding.
are just trying to shoot off my feet because I'm sweaty. It's fucking
Yeah.
100 and I'm not
Yeah,
wearing socks.
so I can't do that.
I had to stop halfway down, put him in 4-wheel drive to go meet Corey LaJoy.
I remember Gix. I got over there first. I was
Yeah.
like, where the hell Norm go? But the first like year or two we went to Pocono, I would go Crocs with no socks. But the problem is it's all dirt and dust. So by the end of the weekend, like I would have like not blisters, but I would have like rub marks from where the top, like where the the top comes up on the top of your
Yeah,
foot.
because you get the sand
You
in
get
there.
the
and
grit in
Yeah.
there, and it just
awful.
so when
Oh,
we
you
went,
know what else is awful? Croc suntan.
yes,
Yeah.
I got
That
that.
too.
We went to Old Orchard Beach with my family years ago, and I was wearing Crocs all weekend on the beach and stuff like that because I don't do barefoot for anything. And I got back home after the weekend, and I legit have like 6 dots on the top of my foot. I was like, can't show people that.
At least
That's
you were
embarrassing.
consistent where you kept them.
when we went,
Yeah, well,
when we all
I
went
wear
to
them
Florida,
the same way. I don't.
yeah,
What do you think?
like slippery.
I'm putting them on the
get
other
the right
foot to get the
size,
is
you
it
know?
like an
different?
oval from the
Yeah.
whole from the
Yeah,
hole moving
if they
around?
slide around a little
Yeah.
bit, you get an oblong.
I got a little
Um,
sun this week, and I almost got the Dan watch tan.
Oh, buddy, it's bad. It's worse after golf
Let me see
yesterday.
it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Show the people. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
It's a good one. And like I said, give me.
And I like that the hair is like all
Well, that's because
matted
that's
down
I'm
right
hot.
there.
That's because it's warm.
Yeah, you are.
I figured
All
out.
bronzed up.
I figured out the Crocs with socks when we went to Florida last year. Oh, it's bad.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, you can't go sleeveless on the golf course, and that's where
Hello?
Dan.
No, you got to go
Dan's
to the golf.
getting the
so-
sun.
Can you stop?
Quit undressing
Jesus.
Dan
Not
on
all
camera.
of us. Not all of us can sit in our yard in a Speedo and just become a bronze god.
You can if you want to.
I'm good.
you choose not to.
Yeah, I learned Crocs with socks when we went to Florida for Daytona. Because when we went, when Steph and I went to Disney, I did like 13 miles in Crocs and socks, and I was like, my feet feel phenomenal.
Like potential water activities. I'm not going to wear socks.
okay, yes, 100%.
Like- On your boat or going to the beach or something like that. Yeah, I'm not going to wear socks.
Yeah.
But if I'm just like trucking around in them, socks all day.
Oh God, Ed
Agree.
Cash, my kid doesn't wear socks when he plays hockey,
Yeah, that's
bro.
must be horrible.
That kid's going to burn through those skates.
All right, Sperry's no socks is acceptable.
Yeah, boat. I've never been a Sperry guy. Never.
Yeah,
never
my
even-
dad owns this beach. I don't need to wear socks.
But Sperry's like proper boat shoes will because they're made out of leather. So
You
it's-
can't
don't
complain
have
about
extra.
my stinky boat shoes on my
Sperry's-
father's boat.
Sperry's no socks is just as acceptable as wearing Sperry's. It's unacceptable.
Facts.
Cool.
Who was it? Was it Josh's kid that like put his Crocs in the pool and then they put them out in the sun and they shrank like 5 sizes?
That happened to Steph too. My
Yeah.
Steph. Yeah.
Yeah, he like put them in the pool and they're like, oh, we'll just let them dry in the sun, and then they came out and
Shrink.
they were like this big.
Yeah.
Steph melted one of her lined ones. We were in the camper one time, I think our anniversary weekend, and she didn't realize she had her feet like right by the fire. If you look at them now, the bottom of them, like they're not flat. There's like a bulge because
Just
they got warm and like
Nice. Did like the marshmallow thing
yeah,
instead of
it like
expand.
expanded. She was like, crap.
Instead of dripping, like melting, it just swells.
It swelled up. Yeah, it's funny. She
I
doesn't.
wonder what happens
like a
if you
peep
like
in the microwave.
burn a pair of Crocs.
I mean, we could test that theory.
Like
You
what?
can eat
How
'em.
would those react?
Allegedly, you can eat them if you need to survive.
I feel like it's one of those things
I'm
where
not
if you
gonna.
burn styrofoam, like we'd probably die before we figured
I've
out the
seen
result.
the videos of them making Crocs. I don't want. That's another reason to wear socks when you're wearing them
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
because they are made in literal caves.
Cool.
Hope everyone enjoyed the footwear talk.
Yeah.
Here we are. You want to do a show?
Real quick, Steve, what's your favorite kind of shoe?
My favorite shoe is a Vans, usually,
lame.
you know?
Van, just one.
Yeah, just one. Or my cowboy boots. I also very much love my cowboy boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime I have a chance to wear them, I put them on.
You know what we just got in Manchester? Just opened at the mall.
What?
Fucking Boot Barn.
We got a
Oh,
boot barn.
Oh shit!
It is.
Oh, me and Kyle going shopping.
It is
Hell
massive. We went to the mall a
Oh.
couple weeks ago.
yeah! Oh, have you seen my new joints? Have I showed you guys my
No,
new
you
joints?
got new ones?
Oh yeah.
I'm about to
Um,
reinvent myself at the boot barn.
Yeah, so we went to
You
the
got
mall a
an AR
couple.
now.
AR
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah,
Cowboy
dude.
boots.
Listen
truck.
to Luke Combs as an
What
AR.
what kind of ridiculous Hawaiian shirts do they have at the boot barn?
Probably
I don't
find
think
some.
any Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah,
No,
because
maybe cowboy
that's
shirts.
official Second Amendment
That's
attire.
the Boogaloo Boys.
Is
uh,
you need to wear your World War III Boogaloo shirt,
I want to
So-
see
which I
Norman
have one. I have
in the
it prepared.
cowboy frill.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going like full, macho man with
Rhinestone
the
cowboy.
flair and the
So,
tassels.
we went-
Little
I
tassels and
need to
frills.
get that tuxedo redneck suit that Kid Rock wore to the
Oh,
Oval
God.
Office that one time. Did you see that? He had like a full American flag,
It was like
just
sequins.
tassels everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's
I like
like, I dress up when I go to the White House. Like, Jesus Christ, you look like a rodeo
Yeah.
clown.
So yeah, we went to the mall a couple weeks ago, and before I had seen the sign like coming soon, I was like, oh, sick. Completely forgot about it. We round the corner. It's where I think it was Olympia Sports and something else merged into one store. It's
Mega
huge.
Boot Barn.
It is massive, and we didn't go in, but like just looking through the window, I was like,
How did you not go in?
We were
I would have drove my car through the front door. Like,
we were kind of I think we were on a
Yippee-ki-yay,
I
motherfuckers,
think
we're
we were
here.
on a mission at that moment, and right across the hall is the animal rescue that has puppies and kittens, and I wanted to go see those more. So
Boot barn.
These
hey,
keep-
you're a stronger man.
I'm gonna
than I
buy
am.
some cowboy boot work boots, and I'm just gonna be click clacking all around my shop.
he's gonna be like, have you seen the?
I'm wearing
Those-
Spurs to work.
No, have you seen those reels? The guy with the boots with the point, and then they get progressively bigger.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna. Norm's gonna be the guy
I
with
hope
the
so.
ones
the
that are-
white alligator
holding them.
skins.
holding on to him while he's walking.
It's like the ram horns when the ram horns grow and go into their skulls and
Yeah.
kill them.
Yeah.
Those are gonna be my boots. They're just gonna it's just gonna be a circle and it's gonna reattach to the
Norm
top.
just slightly lifts his foot and starts itching the side
itching
of
the
his head.
back behind his ear.
I can just pick stuff off of my boots, just hook it.
You ever do the toe hook when you're like picking up a pair of boxers on the floor?
Yeah.
Oh, you
grab
try to
him-
kick him and catch him?
No, I don't kick them. I grab them with my toes and flip
Yeah.
them.
Oh
up.
no, I make it fun.
Monkey toe.
Oh, I grab them between the toes and flip them. I pinch
No, yeah.
Steph from across the couch with my toes. She's
I
like,
try
"What are
to
you
do
doing?"
I try to do the fluid motion kick and catch. It's way more fun.
Oh, Garter Upley, I see that. It's not Dale Dimmadome. Nice catch.
Nice.
Yeah, he's gonna be Doug Dimmadome. He's gonna show up here. He's
Doug
gonna-
Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
He's gonna walk in here. You can't get in doorways because his hat's 6 feet tall.
Bro, I would if they had a Doug Dimmadome hat, I'd buy it.
All right, let's
Let's do an
ready?
episode.
Yeah, let's do an episode.
Do this thing.
Late and I don't care.
Alcoholic.
You're late. You should get a test.
They make a pill for that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another episode of the Loose is Fast podcast, your podcast home for all things NASCAR and some things not. I am Kyle Belcher and joined, as always, by Daniel Walker.
Have you been
Wow.
keistering that this
Yes,
whole
you've
time?
been hiding it the whole time.
He's been boofing that the
Yeah.
whole time. Norm Pelletier
Boy, howdy.
and the CRO of Loose Fast podcast. That'd be Mr. Scumbag Steve.
What is CRO?
Crack rock
Most
operator.
people think it's Chief Revenue Officer, but I say CRO because he's rarely on the show.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was for Chief Refreshment Officer.
Chief
Speaking
Refreshment.
of which,
That's pretty good.
I didn't know you were passing beers out. Can I grab a beer?
Yeah, I'll go grab one.
Okay, love you.
You want to take that?
Where are they?
No.
He
I
just
don't
got
know.
it.
He
for
just
the,
handed it to me.
He just got it for the crack at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not actually going to
Kyle's
drink
beer
it.
fridge downstairs.
I mean, I'll take it.
No, it's in the garage.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
I'll take. I mean, if you don't, if you
You're gonna
want,
send him on a
Yeah.
mile-long hike to get you a beer that you're not even going to drink?
yes. I'm gonna drink it.
Right on today's episode,
No, I'm
we
good.
will talk some NASCAR news, look back at the weekend at Kansas, answer some questions, have some fun along the way. But before we get there, Dan, pay the bills.
We have bills.
No,
Yeah.
they don't pay either.
And they're multiplying.
Pay my automobile. Sorry.
Bills.
Bills.
I
That
got
was a question on
bills.
Celebrity Jeopardy.
Was it
They're
really?
It was, and I got it right.
multiplying.
What was the question?
It was basically alluded to that. So,
Oh, okay.
like the category was like comes in threes.
Bills.
And it's bills.
We are brought to you this week and every other week by the Revival Motoring Network and us at Luce's Fast Podcast. Go to lucesfastpodcast.com. Go get yourself some merch, especially if you're going to the track. I think we didn't have anyone there this week for the first time in a long time. I know old Just Bus has been keeping track of that, and I don't think
our
anyone
boy.
was there. But
Done.
yeah, if you're going to the track, grab yourself a shirt, a fanny pack, cool pair of shorts.
Just
Maybe
our Preston just got his first load of Loose as Fast
His
merch
First
in.
load, huh? Nice.
Yeah, dude. He got a big old load of merch.
So yeah, go head on over there, grab yourself some merch. You can help us out by leaving reviews. I don't know what's up with this dude. So Caribou Lou posted 2. The one about me farting in a walkie-talkie. First one got taken down. Second one was there. We read it last week. Then it got taken down. He posted another one that said like let me be the first to congratulate you guys
Thank
on
you,
episode
Steve, on behalf of
on
Dan.
episode 201.
No problem.
That one's gone now.
Yeah,
So
they're on them.
they're on him like white on rice. But go leave us a review, a written review on Apple Podcasts. We'll read it. It's fun. And then our other new favorite thing to do is go look at the comments on the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd it go? Oh, no.
There are none of those either.
It's that damn playlist again. Joe, change the
It's
name
that
of
damn Sasquatch.
It's that damn Sam Squanch.
You guys are on a playlist without me?
Joe made it a while ago. And all right, comments on episode 201, last week's. We have a couple. Austin Sylvie. One could say this was a decadent episode,
Nice.
but as always, thoroughly enjoyable and informative. Kind
Hey,
of.
he
Keep it up.
listens. We appreciate you.
Love you.
Dave Willette. I think this is Dave 044, if I'm not mistaken. Great listen as always. Norm's best friend, Ricky Harden. This is actually a good idea. Since the site has 13-inch long stickers, wow, those are huge. You should make those school bumper stickers that says, "My child is an honor student who listens to Luce's Fast podcast." I thought that was a great idea, or something like that.
My child is a podcaster. We're disappointed.
My kid beat up your honor student while listening to Luce's Fast podcast.
I like that.
Flat out forever. I'm only 15 minutes in, and I've heard Kyle say he sucks the most and has the biggest swing. Sus.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I
Sounds
don't know
about
what I
right.
said it about, but yeah, it sounds like something I'd say probably.
And then Stevie, late night thought. With Xfinity leaving as the title sponsor for the Xfinity Series, NASCAR has the opportunity to make the middle series have a name and identity that isn't just a sponsor's name. It's the Craftsman Truck Series, but people call it the Trucks all the time. Same with Winston and Monster Cup Series in the past. For example, if Busch Beer comes back, it would just be the Busch Light Series, and it's a NASCAR Lights car. Just something keeping me up at 1:30 in the morning.
Well, it's
They could just call it the cars that
officially-
don't actually exist.
It's
'cause we got
officially like the
Camaro and
Grand
Supra.
National Series, but they just haven't referred to it as that in forever.
Since the
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, no, because it was the Busch Grand National Series,
True. Yeah, you're
and then
right.
it just turned into the Busch
They
Series.
just turned on the Busch. Well,
Yeah.
no, we just called it the Busch
Fake,
Series.
Yeah.
It
fake
was-
cars light.
I think they got, honestly, Nationwide. Maybe they got rid of that because Nationwide Grand National
Yeah,
Series is a
Grand
mouthful.
National went away when Nationwide. When Busch went
Yeah.
away, Grand National went away. Because it was always the Busch Grand National Series. Just everyone called it the
Yeah.
Busch Series.
Yeah, now it's just the Xfinity Series because they were all shortening them,
Yes.
except for Cup for whatever reason. They always
Um,
kept Cup.
What else is there to do to pay the bills?
Um,
Oh, if you're currently watching live on Twitter or YouTube, share it so more people watch it. We're looking at you, Twitter.
comment on stuff.
Retweet. If you're watching live right now on Twitter, this doesn't help the people in the podcast land tomorrow, but that's okay. If you're watching live right now on Twitter, retweet it. Make your followers watch it, and
Yeah.
maybe they'll follow us.
Toss comments on anything that we post, even if it's dumb, and even if we're already talking about it in the Discord. Say it again on the socials, because the whole way the internet works, the more you do that, the more other people see
Yeah,
it.
the more you comment
The more
on
friends we
our
can make.
Instagram posts or even the Twitter posts, like it just shows up in more people's stuff.
Tag us and stuff that you think we should see, even though we definitely already saw it because we're probably talking about it in our Discord.
Yep.
But do it in the public eye.
Our Discord has become like, if something happens within 30 seconds, someone has posted it in the Discord. So
Oh,
we've,
yeah.
And then
we've
we
seen it all,
create a new channel for it.
pretty much.
We got a lot of channels.
There's
We
a
have
lot of channels in there, dude.
a
Lot.
Good
lot
channels,
of
though.
channels. A
But
lot
they're
of
actu-
channels.
They're
You
probably
channel
the,
surf in there for a while.
The best
Yeah.
channels, the biggest channels,
we get the most channels.
the most channels.
Are you guys doing like
cool.
a Steve Harvey impression? What are you guys doing over here?
Show me
Show
channels.
me channels.
Callbacks.
What the fuck was that?
All
Steve
right.
Harvey.
Let's get
cracks
into
me up.
our callbacks, as I do not want to do at all because this is absolutely depressing, but let's do it. Race picks. Yay. This is awful. Awful.
How's that 24 points in 3 weeks feel?
I have gotten 24 points in a month. No bullshit. A month tomorrow. So when people are listening to this on Tuesday, in 1 month, I've gotten 24 points. You have gotten like 5 times the points. Norm has
I
gotten
had-
triple the points, and Norm has a 1.
Yeah,
Norm-
but
in the
mine-
last 3 weeks,
you've had
Norm-
a bad last month. I had a bad month before that.
Yeah, you had a 1 in the past 3 weeks, and you still have triple the points that I have.
Yeah, but you're still beating me, so clearly I've had more bad
Yeah,
races
yeah.
than you have.
I'm just saying, yesterday I got more points than either of you have gotten in a month in one race.
you effectively tripled my points in a month in a day.
Thanks, Kyle. And I seem to remember Norm giving me shit for picking Larson last week.
Yeah. Dan, you have 121 more points than me in the past 3 weeks. It is
I don't
not
think I
a
would
good
have given
time.
you shit for
You were
picking
like, really? You're going to use Larson here? And I was
Oh,
like, dude,
yeah.
I'm like, he
Yeah.
won this race last year.
Yeah,
And you were
in
like,
the
"Arr."
spring, and then he sucked butts in the
Yeah,
fall.
you
I
gave
think
me
that's
shit.
what I said.
That's
yeah.
what you did.
Oh,
Yeah.
so yeah, reminder, I chose Bubba Wallace. That went really poorly. I got a whopping 4 points. That was fun.
I was kind of pissed you got 4 points, to be honest.
Thanks. Norm chose Mr. Alex Bowman. Solid day, 41 points. And Dan, the perfect day. The
Literally
actual,
couldn't get more points.
the maximum amount of points in a single day
No one's ever going to beat it.
possible. You can only tie it. Dan takes 71 points home.
71 fucking points.
So the scores now are Dan with a commanding lead at 417. I'm still somehow in second place at 330, and Norm is right behind me at 326. So going into this weekend, non-points paying race,
Yeah, so we have free reign.
free reign.
Okay, that's what I thought. I couldn't remember that.
And we're just going for 10 points here, right?
Five
Do the
if-
same as
5 or
the-
10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Five
Same as
to
the
beat the
duels and
same,
squad.
as, same as the duels.
10.
If you win it, clear out.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to remember that today, and I looked back at what we did for the duels, and I was like, I got 10 with Bubba in the duels because he won.
I
the
wonder-
only
they're
the
not-
only thing is here. So we're kind of just choosing at random. For the following week, are we choosing in the order of a points paying weekend, or are we?
No, we'll
choosing
just
in
do the
order of-
same.
Okay.
Follow it
Let's
up.
do the same, yeah.
Okay.
But my one other thing is they're not going to reward points during the race. But do we give a bonus point for fastest lap or no? Just 5 and 10.
I don't think they're doing it. I bet you
Yeah,
they're not
because I
doing
doubt they
fastest
do it
lap.
because it's not for points.
if they do it, we will give it.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
they don't, we will not.
well, they're not doing any points, so it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. Although
Yeah.
they did stage points in the duels, didn't they? For
I
some
didn't
reason.
know that was a thing until this year.
So who knows? They might be giving out points this
Dumb
weekend.
thought. Are we doing anything with the Open, or is it just we just doing the All-Star race?
Just the
No,
All-Star
just
race.
race.
All right. Listen, I'm trying to help you guys get some
Because
points.
you could pick a guy that's in the Open.
I'm trying to give you guys some points here. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there.
You-
I'm getting cocky.
you're-
I'm getting fucking
Yeah,
cocky.
you-
All right,
you
let's
should,
take-
you
let's
should
take-
fucking gear it down, big shifter.
All right.
10-point bet. I'm betting 10 points
Now I
on
want you to
who gets
lose.
voted in.
After you wanted me to lose anyway,
No, I actually wanted you to beat him.
Bro.
Now I want you to lose to both of us.
Bro.
Badly.
after last year,
Cocky prick.
give me some leeway.
Norm in our group chat was like, last year Dan couldn't buy a win.
Yeah, I've won
Dan
3
was
weeks in a row.
mathematically out of the championship at this time last year.
Yeah.
And we were doing 1-point races.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I've won 3 weeks in a row.
Dude, you're on a fire.
I'm on a heater, 32, 42, and
You've been
71.
really good all season.
We talk about it every week.
How good you are. We know.
Well,
Fuck.
No, how
Logano fucked
consistent.
me.
Yeah.
Because I said, you guys have multiple bad weeks. I have 2. I have 2 9s.
Yeah.
I'd be a respectable second place right now if Logano didn't get disqualified at Talladega.
Yeah, actually, that's
Because
true.
I think he
You
lost
got
me
porked.
50 points
You
at
got,
Talladega.
you got porked.
He got a bunch of points at Talladega.
All right. So we got to choose for the All-Star weekend. Short track, fresh pave.
Who's
I
eligible
want-
again? The race winners from last year.
Past champions.
So
Provisionals.
Bubba's not in it yet.
No.
No.
He'd have to win his way in or the
Fan vote.
fan vote. Yeah. Do I want? See, I kind of want. I'm kind of leaning Chase Elliott because he did so well at Bowman Gray.
True.
But I'm also leaning Kyle Larson just because Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
Pick Kyle
it's a
Larson,
matter of
and
who
I'll tell
qualifies
you why
best
you're
'cause
a
they're
Oh,
gonna-
fool.
okay, here we go.
They're gonna live out front.
Popper.
Larson dominated the Wilkesboro
First one, didn't he?
2 years ago,
Yeah,
and then
But-
Logano did.
he's not going to be practicing.
Yeah, Larson's not practicing.
That's
He's
Oh,
He's doing indie stuff.
he's doing indie stuff, and he's gonna miss. Like if he's one of the Fast 6, which he could be, he's gonna miss that because he's got to get back. Because like the Fast 6 qualifying doesn't start till like 6:30.
Yeah.
So he already said that he won't be there for that. He's got to go back for the All-Star race.
Have they announced who's running his car?
They have not.
Him not.
It's all Geyer.
Is it
I
on
would
there?
assume-
Junior spoiled it on his podcast.
Oh, did he? I missed that.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. And I'm at this point, I don't even give a shit
I'm glad Parker's put the
because
list of
this
who's
is
in
not going to even help. You know.
it. I like how Austin Dillon's in it.
Give me Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott. I'm going to take.
Harrison Burton in the 51 car,
Show
right?
me C Bell.
Good pick.
Ding. I was actually thinking Seabell. Oh, looking at this list, who do we want to take? Give me.
No, he'd be a sleeper pick. He's not locked in, but Priest. I could see Priest being
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, I could see that.
Or Barry.
Priest or
Barry.
Barry's not going to be locked. Is he in?
He won.
Yeah, he won this year. It's between All Stars.
Okay, so this year locks you in?
Yeah,
Okay.
so he's already locked in. Actually, yeah, give me Josh Berry.
Yeah, that's a
Good
good,
pick.
pick. I
That's a
think.
good
I was
pick,
thinking YRB, but give me Josh Berry.
I think
Honestly, I
none of
I
us-
won't be mad at all if you win again with Josh Berry, just because I'll be happy it's Josh Berry.
Well,
think
I can
we're
win
all
if he
kind of-
finishes fifth and you guys suck. So.
I think we're all kind of dumb. We probably all should
Fine.
have picked Fords, but
I mean, I picked a Ford.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
Did you see Harrison Burton's in the 51 car?
I did see that.
Yeah. Rick Ware was like, yo, you're in. Let's go.
That should go poorly. No surprise there. That does it for the old race picks for the All-Star Weekend. Reminder, 5 points if you beat everybody else, 10 points if they win the race.
Is this our last exhibition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is our last exhibition of the year.
The last free space. That does it for the race picks. Now we'll head back to some people's favorites, some people's nots. Highly contested at times. But this is
I think
Norm's.
I'm going to make some friends this week.
Norm's Scheme of the Week.
I think people are going to like my pick this week.
I'm sure somebody won't.
Scumbag Steve, scroll down to the 71 car.
Oh, God, again?
I'm just kidding.
He's kidding.
Couple sleepers. The 6 car.
I thought that car looked
Big
sick.
fan of that.
It looked good.
Big
There
fan
was
of the 6
one
car.
thing that ruined the scheme for me, and it's something that
The red stripe.
chrome numbers aside, I hate when it does this because it just kind of takes it out of the scheme for me. When they add a random drop shadow behind the number, like the numbers floating above the paint scheme, it drives me crazy. Like I don't understand
The
why
only
they do
thing
it.
I didn't-
They do it all the time with schemes.
What I didn't like about this one is that it reminded me of something else. I know we're not a sports car podcast, but you know the Rexy, the Porsche? The green Porsche. You know its sister, the LMP2, that's
Right.
the purple and yellow
Yeah.
dragon. Looks just like it. I was like, huh?
I can see that. It
I was
looked
also
really good.
prescribed Allegra for about 20 years, so big fan of Allegra.
Big fan.
And then they
But-
went over the counter, and now it sucks.
I'm against pharmaceutical sponsors because that forces them to do commercials.
But you know what?
True.
This is different in my opinion because this is over the counter. This
Okay.
isn't like
Prescription.
talk to your doctor about Breztri.
But it was
You're like,
cool.
What does that mean?
I like
Positive
that a lot.
side effects. You might fucking die.
Yeah, side effects may include
This
anal
is,
leakage.
this is a
death.
B2C. So this is totally different. This is not a
RFK
B2B.
has totally
Redeemed themselves.
revamped their Kroger scheme
Yeah.
mishaps at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was almost like a late sponsorship deal, so they didn't get schemes approved or something.
Yeah.
Because I feel like their Kroger schemes for like the past 3 or 4 weeks have been way better than the beginning of the season.
Yeah. I totally agree with you with the pharmaceutical stuff, aside from when it's something you could just drive to CVS and buy off
Yeah,
yourself.
if we have an Advil car, Allegra,
Yeah,
something
that's-
like
that's
that.
where it-
Dayquil.
Yeah.
Like
same-
we've had
that's
Dayquil,
exactly what
NyQuil
it
cars
is.
before.
Yeah.
But
Robo
second a
tripping all the way
Peyronie's
down the
disease
racetrack.
car pops in.
1 Celsius, 1 PM.
The
Let's see
Rebel
what
car.
happens.
I like the Rebel
I think
car.
it looked really good. The Rebel logo kind of drove me a little crazy because it was cantered.
My
It's
only
slightly
problem with that is
Yeah.
on track the whites are so bright and so similar and close to each other. It kind of clashes in my opinion that they're so close.
All
the
right,
whites
Steve,
are so
go down to
bright.
the 48 car because there's the prime example of that. 17,
I'm trying to contribute.
17 looked really good.
Still love that 23.
23 is fire.
24, 33 looked cool. 35 actually, the treetop car actually looked pretty cool.
Oh, he's going so
The
fast.
43, go back up. To
He
the
told him to go to the 48.
Well, I
Oh.
did that because you were complaining about the white number, white logo.
Yeah.
And the 48 is a giant 48 with a white ally right next to it. The 43, they did a couple little tweaks to this. There's like the heartbeat monitor right above the Advent Health in the paint scheme.
Yeah, I see like the stethoscope coming up
Yeah.
in the tail light. That's
They
kind of
did
cool.
some stuff, and I think there was a couple doctors' names or
His
something
mom's
above
his mom's
name
and
above
she's
the
a nurse.
door.
The only
This
thing that
scheme-
bothered me about the Advent Camry is it actually looks like a Camry cab with the bumper that's blue and the rest of the body that's white.
Oh,
You
I
see
see what
like
you're saying.
the cabs that are
Yeah.
made out of
It's
Camrys?
the
Yeah.
gold number drop shadow that kills me on this freaking legacy cars because that scheme is great. I've loved all of the Advent Health schemes, even back to when they were on the 42 car.
Yeah, they did a little
I
promo
love-
with him and his mom.
The colors, I love the little things they did the paint scheme on this week. But I am shocking the world. And scumbag, scroll back up to the car Kyle mentioned a minute ago. The 23 car.
You like the 12. I thought you hated that one.
They changed a couple things on it.
Did they?
There's no longer a chrome outline around the number, and all the logos are legible. They upsized the Columbia on the quarter
It's
panel.
huge.
It's bigger than it used to be.
Huge.
Huge.
The hood logo still kind of hard to see, but I don't know the way to fix that.
Oh, you mean like
maybe-
the pink on the teal?
Yeah, maybe I would have done a white logo with a black outline around it to make the Columbia on the hood pop. But I mean, I've always loved the colors of this scheme, but they've always done little things that just make it annoying to me. And I think this is the best because they change it up every time.
Yeah.
It's not always the same.
I,
The
thought
last
it wa- I
time,
literally thought it was the same
the
every
last time it was purple on the back when they raced it at Darlington or whenever the last time they raced it.
Mm-hmm.
But the 23 always had a chrome outline around it, and I thought it looked terrible. This week, I'm pretty positive it's just black. So the number pops, the Columbia logo's massive and totally legible on the side. Plus, it's my favorite color combo. So I'm going to give it to 23 this week. Get these
Levi can finally
the-
put the pitchforks down.
the Bubba Guzzlers off my back.
Levi,
Wow.
he finally listened.
Wow. 2311 car takes Norm's scheme of the week.
All three look decent this
There was
week.
4.
4 true.
Yeah, that's true.
The 67
67 looked kind of badass.
I think look cool. One, fuck that company. Robin Hood are scumbags.
Yes.
But the scheme was kind of like it popped. It was really bright, but it was
What
kind
are
of a
they?
lame ass scheme.
It's like a mortgage.
It's the day trading stuff.
or day
Oh.
trading.
but they're
Sorry,
the ones.
yeah.
Remember that whole GameStop thing?
Yep.
Robin Hood like just shut their app off and screwed everybody.
Yep.
And they're like, "Oh, somebody hit a button on accident." It's like, no, you guys were losing billions of dollars.
What are they, Midwest? Oh,
Watch, I think it's called Dumb Money, the movie about the whole GameStop thing.
Yeah.
It's banging.
You know how that
Nice.
started? A kid in Brockton actually started that whole GameStop
Yeah,
thing.
dude.
No
What's
shit.
his
Yep.
Laser Cats or whatever his name
Yeah.
is?
yeah. Weird. Dumb
Oh,
money is
he's
what.
from Brockton?
Yeah.
No shit.
Literally
Yeah.
Brockton, yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
his brother is played by who's that SNL dude that was dating Ariana Grande?
I don't pay attention to
Pete
celebrities.
Davidson?
Pete Davidson, who's like a
I'm
DoorDash
just
driver, works at like Dunkin's and wears like Bruins clothes the whole time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's just bopping around as like the scumbag brother. It's a wicked good movie.
Oh, check it out.
Dumb money
But-
is actually the name of Kyle's checking account.
Nice.
But that movie made Robin Hood look like fools because they were scumbags. So screw that company.
Let's do it.
Every time. I keep forgetting.
You sound just like him.
I know, it's weird.
I want the
Uncanny.
do one.
You ready for the other one?
I'm ready.
He's been saying it since the second we got it.
Yeah, but I like this one too, so I wanted to use this one a little while. After the All-Star break, we'll change it.
Yeah, we'll do it
How's
with
that sound?
prime, dude. That's prime time.
Yeah. I can't.
We got
Oh my
step
God,
up.
we have
Fucking wait.
one
Oh,
Fox
that's so
race
true.
left. You're
Oh
right.
my god, I can't wait.
I can't wait.
I can't wait until there's a wreck in turn 4 and they wait until turn 3 the next lap to talk about it.
Yep.
I like haven't even listened to the broadcast. I've been listening to Sirius.
Serious?
Yeah. Like I'm putting on the Sirius XM
Are you
broadcast.
serious?
Yeah, I am
Serious?
serious. Very serious. All right, getting into the
Sirius
news.
Black. He's escaped Azkaban.
Couple bits of news here. We saw NASCAR Full Speed launched this past week.
It was all right. I binged it all in one day.
I did too. I binged it the night it
I
came
watched
out.
it at work because I was doing a PM on a machine, so I was just sitting
Yeah.
there pumping out fluids. The
I
entire
got
I
it.
think
day.
they did a great job. I mean, it's not
the
intended
editing
for
is
us.
great. The music
The
choice
visuals,
is great.
awesome.
The behind the scenes stuff, I feel like there was definitely a lack of it this
That's-
go around.
That's what got me, and we a bunch of us talked about it in Discord, that like the first season, I mean, you were in Denny's house. You were in William Byron's house. He's building Legos. You were at Joey's.
Let me see how Blaney's pool build, I guess.
Yeah, like what did we get this year? We got Blaney's pool build, which looks sick, by the way.
Suarez
picking
picking his dad up from the airport in his
Suarez-
bus was cool.
Suarez's garage. Oh, that
That's
was the best.
new. That's new.
Yeah. So Blaney's pool, Suarez's garage, Briscoe in the hospital having babies, Gianna's bachelorette party,
She's
Gianna-
cool as shit.
Gianna
by
getting
the
a
way.
bride a wedding dress.
which is unbelievably like behind scenes.
That is.
That's a
But-
lot.
Yeah,
But
the
aside from that,
frickin'
what else did
Briscoe's
we-
wife thing though? I'd have been like, no, get the fuck out of here.
Right? Yeah, I agree with
Like
that.
I'm giving birth to twins. There's a camera in my face.
Well, they waited a little bit. Like they were a couple. Like, they were
Yeah.
like 5-6 hours after the birth. But
I just want to talk about how cool Gianna is.
Gianna's sick as fuck.
She was giving off. There was a couple parts of it where she was giving off pretty ditzy vibes,
I'm fine with
and
it.
I was like, all right. And then she'd be like, "He's Ryan fucking Blaney." I'm like, "I'm so back."
I'm back.
Yeah, so back.
And then like blasting Shabuzi in the bus.
she's just cool as shit.
She's
And
much like Blaney, someone I would just want to hang out with. Like I want to hang out
Suarez's
with the two
wife?
of them.
talk about an asset.
Dude,
Oh yeah.
Holy shit. She knows her
what's
stuff.
this saying? She's a woman men died in war for,
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
they're saying is like men
Yeah.
go to war for women like her.
Yeah.
She'd be there with you.
Yeah.
But you go to war for somebody like her. She is like locked the fuck in at every
Well,
moment.
yeah, when your
100%.
father is a freaking F1 champion and
Yeah.
isn't
Her brother's a
her
race car driver
brother's
too.
Verstappen, right? Or no,
No, her cousin.
cousin. Her cousin's Verstappen.
Max Verstappen's her cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, first of all,
I
she's
think
badass as hell. And she's like, we gave our boy a
But-
donkey and a wooden
cousin
spoon
or
to go to war.
on-
I was
you-
like,
yeah, yeah.
I think her cousin married Max Verstappen.
Something like that. Yeah.
we sent our boy to war on a donkey with a wooden spoon. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Like
she's
well,
fucking
they played that
cool.
line in the trailer, and I was like, okay.
yeah. She takes no
on
shit.
the flip side.
No, she's a boss.
On the flip
Yeah.
side, Christopher Bell's wife,
Insufferable.
dude.
Bruh.
Like, she seems like a very nice person.
She would start.
Yeah, she seems like a very
screaming
nice
and crying.
person. But holy crap. Like,
Dude, what was
you're
her
there mean. She is like one step below the leave Brittany alone guy.
Yeah,
like
pretty close.
her first episode was 3 or 4. So that's
Yeah.
the second round of the playoffs, crying about everything. It's like, it's not even the stressful part
they're
yet.
so they're he's not as someone they were doing an interview or something and they mentioned him being an underdog and she like he's not an underdog. I don't know why everyone thinks that. And I'm like, oh my God, relax.
Bro,
Like,
I was listening to most of it. I didn't watch all of it. I was
Yeah.
listening because I was just playing it on my phone and working. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like just skip. Like get her off the TV.
like she's just Ricky
I
Hardin
get
said
being into it, but it's like that is just like they
hell was
showed
that?
them driving.
Remote.
They showed them driving to Martinsville, I think.
yeah.
And I was like, dude, she is stressing me out. And this race was 8 months ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, I would have told her to take her own car.
Yeah.
Because,
It
dude,
was-
she was getting like all worked up and they're getting in the car. Like, dude, you got to drive in the car for like
You know
4
what's funny?
hours with her like
Who
this.
said it? Was it Junior? Like the girlfriends and the wives can be an asset or a distraction.
He did. Yep.
Suarez's wife, biggest asset he has.
Yep.
Period.
Yeah.
I
Like,
think even Blaney's wife, because she's
period.
there to hype him up. Like,
Gianna's a huge supporter.
yep.
Samantha Bush, supporter.
Yep.
Big
Well,
time.
they need to
Bell's
kind
wife?
of balance each other
not so
out.
much.
Like where Suarez is going to be kind of just like
He's quiet.
keeps it in his head. She needs like she's like the one's like you got to vocalize.
She's
this.
the one that
Yeah.
You
she's-
need to
she's
be outward
badass.
with your emotions. Where
perfect
Blaney,
example is with you have that couple where like they bring the guy's food out wrong and he's like, no, it's fine. And then the wife's like, no, I got this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
That's
the-
her.
You
Why do
cooked this
quiet
wrong.
guys always marry loud women?
Yes, exactly.
It's like somebody's got to tell them they made my mashed potatoes wrong.
It's
Because
not
it
gonna
ain't
be
gonna
me.
be me.
yeah, somebody needs to tell them that I ordered tater tots and not mashed potatoes, but instead I'm just gonna eat these mashed potatoes.
But yeah, it's like you need like
I'm not the guy that will ever send
Never.
anything back. Like I'm lactose intolerant, so like I get my coffee black 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I put like sugar in it
Yeah.
if I'm feeling crazy on a Friday, but sometimes it'll come out like regular, so extra cream. Like, well, looks like I'm gonna die today.
Looks like I'm shitting myself later.
I just take it and I drink the whole thing. I'm like, this is gonna suck.
I actually asked for this the easiest way to make coffee. If
Literally,
you,
you
could just
pour
redo
the
it.
coffee in the cup.
You pour it in the cup, hand it to me. That's it. Oh, there's twice this. Oh, cool cream. I love cream. Can't wait to die.
Can't wait for my insides to become the
Yeah.
outsides.
But
Not
yeah,
sending
full
this back.
speed.
My wife's like, no. Sorry, she's yelling at you, not me.
Full speed.
Don't
The
spit in
editing
this.
was great. The music
The
choices were
visuals
great.
are awesome.
Yeah,
It
they did
looks
a bang
top
up job.
notch. The problem I think last year
Marty's
was
still a G.
so freaking
Marty's
good.
the best.
He's awesome.
Oh yeah, he's so good. Last year was so like perfectly done.
Yes.
Intro, outro, the suspense you felt it through the show. This year, I don't know if it's because the playoffs sucked. Like we had like all the suspenseful moments of the playoffs were kind of shadowed by
Kinda meh.
controversy.
I didn't like
so you kind of knew you're watching all of the Roval. And
Yeah.
you're like the battle between Logano and Reddick. I mean, we felt it in the stands.
we watched
were
it in the
watching them
stands, yeah.
every lap, checking the distances, who's passing who. It was so exciting, but we knew watching full speed that in 2 hours they're going to find out that Alex Bowman was disqualified, and none of that fucking mattered. And same thing with Martinsville. In Martinsville,
Martinsville pissed me
they
off.
were so far like Team NASCAR, no controversy on that episode, where they didn't show any of the drama from that race.
All they talked about was Bell's wall ride. They didn't touch anything on the Chevy blockade. They didn't talk about Bubba basically pulling over and letting Bell
Bubba
go.
pretending he had a flat tire for like
Like-
3 laps.
If you had never watched Martinsville, all you thought, if you never watched Martinsville live or whatever, You had no idea what happened.
They
And
almost
you
made
just,
it look worse because they
Yes.
literally just made it look like he tried to Ross Chastain.
Yes. If you had never watched Martinsville, had no idea what happened, and you watched Full Speed, you got a 10th of the story.
Yeah.
Like, nothing will ever, that night, sitting there for a half an hour waiting what's going to happen. Like, you never got any of that feeling because we were all sitting there. Remember that night? You were like, who are they going to penalize? The Chevys were blockading, but so did the Toyotas were manipulating. What's going to happen? Blah, blah, blah. If you watch Full Speed, all you see is, oh, Bell Wall Road. You know, like you missed out on all of that. And I don't understand why. And I think you're right. It's like Team NASCAR. Like we don't want to bring up any of that controversy.
Team NASCAR or like jump on Joe Spinelli's lone horse here and say like, oh, like they didn't want to upset Hendrick
Nah.
because
maybe.
they didn't show any of the drama with the 24, but they only showed the brief clip of the 20 who in the clip they showed looked exactly like Ross Chastain.
It looked worse in the Netflix clip
Yeah.
than it did watching it live. I was like,
Yeah.
was it that
like
bad?
they only showed like from pretty much just turn 4. They didn't show what happened in turn 3.
in my memory,
of him diving into below
Yeah.
the 23 and missing the corner. They
And-
just showed the exit of turn 4.
and the thing is too, in my memory, I thought he went up, smacked the wall, rode it for like 10 feet, and then got
like
off it.
came off it and then hit it again.
I didn't realize how much he rode that wall. I was like,
Yeah.
God damn. But I thought that pissed me off. I was like, that was like a huge moment in the playoffs, and you left out 90% of what was going on. I will say they killed it. The intro got the blood pumping. A little kickstart my heart right at the start. I was
Yeah.
like, all right, we're in now.
Right.
I was
Like,
like,
we ended
"Whoa,
last
shit."
season on Black Parade and
Yeah.
started this season on Kickstart My Heart. I was like, we are so
The
bad.
outro sucked this year. It
Yeah.
was not on the level of last year's. I just
Well,
think,
they had to match to the driver that won.
true.
So
I
last
just-
year they're like emo punk cool guy Ryan Blaney.
Yeah.
Black Parade this year it's like white ass bread Joey Logano. Like it's like a chorus symphony on
Yeah.
the way
Call
out.
him
just-
Joey Croutons from now on,
Yeah,
by the way,
I
because
just-
he's older.
Oh,
Joey
true.
Croutons.
He's
Stale bread.
aged.
Yeah.
I just think like,
I'm making that a thing.
I don't know. It
not
didn't
gonna catch
feel
on.
as big like this year's. The last year's felt like this huge giant event.
It almost felt like it was rushed.
Yes,
Oh,
Is that-
100%.
You know?
I am shocked they mentioned the lawsuit.
I was too.
Yeah.
I did not think that
And
would make it.
also it debunked the theory that it took so long to come out because they had to cut out all Denny stuff.
Denny was in
There
it.
was
lot of
plenty
Denny.
there was a bit of Denny in there.
I didn't even think they went. I was waiting for them not even to like show
First
his
two
house.
episodes was a ton of Denny.
They showed his. They were at his house because they showed him doing the podcast.
Yeah.
So in his studio.
Overall, though,
Overall, if
I'm glad we have it.
I think last year's was like a 9 out of 10. This year's was probably a
7.8.
Also,
six and a half.
Netflix. Another one little thing. It doesn't say NASCAR on the cover photo.
Yeah, it does.
No, it just says full speed and it
thought it
has
had
the
the
three.
NASCAR
It
It
has
has
the,
the NASCAR
lines.
logo at the top. I guess it's small.
I don't
Yeah.
think. I think it just has the lines. Like it has the lines, then it says full speed.
I swore it had.
Like I
said-
think it should just say NASCAR full speed on it.
I thought it did.
I'm pretty sure it just says full speed.
We're all gonna check.
Yeah, we're all gonna look to see if anyone's phone is different.
Sorry.
Norm is correct. It just says full speed.
Oh shit, you're right. Oh well, because that I'm thinking of that logo.
Yeah.
But
It's different this time. Before, when I watched it the other day, it had drivers
Yep.
with like the track, but it still just said full speed. This is Corey upside down, which is
yes,
truly unfortunate.
I was thinking of that logo, which is on NASCAR.com, like the announcement of season 2.
Yeah.
But then you're right. There is one with
Right
just
on
the,
Netflix.
Yep.
It's just
Just says
Corey
full
flipped
speed.
over.
But anyway, we'll keep moving here. That was
I thought it was
I
good.
hope they keep going.
And like you said, I am very happy we have it. I would rather we have a mediocre version of it than nothing at all.
I wouldn't call it mediocre at all.
Not mediocre.
You know what
but-
I want? I want Prime to do their own as well. Let's have competing NASCAR shows.
Well, we'll see how well they do with the Garage 56. It took them 8 years to make. You
Oh
know?
God, we're 2 weeks out from the Earnhardt
Bro,
doc.
I don't even give a shit about the Garage 56 doc or the H1100 doc. Give me the Earnhardt doc right now.
I'm gonna watch all. I'm gonna watch
I
the
give,
shit out
I
of all
give
three
a
of them.
lot of fucks about the Garage 56 one because that is just a badass program.
I'll worry about that after.
Oh yeah, the Earnhardt one's
Yeah.
getting watched 3 times
Top
before that.
priority.
All right, we'll keep moving. Speaking of F1,
Oh boy,
NASCAR versus F1. First time went head to head this season.
yes,
The
because
Miami Grand Prix and the Texas race were at the same time. Bloodbath. NASCAR 2.56 million versus Formula One's 2.1 million. NASCAR was up year over year. Formula One was down by 50%.
But
I'm surprised F1 got 2 million.
What I saw that was concerning was the
Age demographic.
demographic.
Yep.
What is it? 18 to 72.
18 to 46.
And they kicked our ass in 18 to 46.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Where are they getting these demographics? I don't understand.
I don't understand how they do it, because if a kid is 18 years old, how do they know it's an 18-year-old kid watching it?
How do
Because
they?
there's 0% chance that the bill is in his name. Okay, maybe like a 5% chance.
Yeah,
of
but
kids that
even
move out
if
right when
it
they're turning
is,
18.
you're not giving your social security number when you sign up for Sling.
Right. Exactly.
You're just giving your credit card
It
information.
could be an 18-year-old watching on his 46-year-old parents' TV.
Yeah, but that's also the most volatile demographic as well.
Yes.
So everyone's like, oh, we're so worried about the 18 to 46 demographic. Those are people figuring their lives out.
Mhm.
Okay. Like, I fell off of NASCAR
Same.
from probably 20 to 26.
I would say the same for me too. I would still watch the big races like Daytona. And
Yeah.
If I was home, I'd flip it on.
When I go back to visit my dad, if it was a Sunday, we're
Yeah.
absolutely watching the race together, 100%. But like those, like the Jimmy years,
Oh, I fell off hard.
I don't think I watched any of Jimmy's championships, the 5 in a row.
I think I watched.
That's
I
what
think
again,
it was 5 I
vaguely
didn't
remember some
see.
of them.
again, I would watch like the big, like Bristol Night Race, Daytona 500, the
Yeah,
Pepsi
but like
400.
Jimmy winning that
Oh, the
race,
Homestead?
winning the championship. I don't
huge-
think I watched it.
I think I usually watched Homestead just because it was like winter
Yeah.
and it was just sitting at home doing
So-
it.
Yeah, I
like,
think most of the Car Tomorrow era I was absent for.
Frankly, I don't give a damn about the 18 to 46 demographic at this point, because, like I said, it's so volatile. People are still figuring their lives out. Like, we got heavily back into it in our 30s.
Yes,
You know,
big time.
I don't give a shit in my 20s. I was cared about having fun with my friends,
Yeah.
going out.
I was hungover
people,
on
the
Sundays
people that
that
have adult money are the ones that you really give a shit about.
Yep.
You know,
Or-
you don't have
or you
adult money
also-
until you're in your 30s, realistically.
You also
now.
want to get the under 18 too, because those are your people like us that became fans when we were 9 years old, and now look at us, we're in our late 30s.
You
and
want to
we're-
get kids that are young. You have great at-track experience, which
Yep.
all of the tracks know they need to figure that out now, and a lot of tracks are putting a lot more effort into having a better
100%.
at-track experience. Like this year, we're bringing my niece and nephew for the
Yep.
first time.
Yep, I forgot about
My
that.
nephew has been so stoked to go to his first race. My sister said he has to be 10 years old. He's turning 10. We're taking him for the first time. He will become a lifelong fan.
He's gonna get his
So you
first
have a
beer. He's gonna get his
designated
first
driver?
beer too.
Yeah, my wife. So
Nothing.
you're right. Getting
I'm right. He's gonna have his first beer.
Yeah. We'll give him an NA.
First.
True.
Yeah. The young kids, the at-track experience, those are you build lifelong fans. The 20-somethings, they're still TikToking
Yep.
along. Like, let them figure it the fuck out. So I'm not too worried
Like
about it.
I still watch.
All that matters is we won.
I still went because I don't remember seeing the Car of Tomorrow in person. But if I go back through pictures I took, I
Yeah.
have pictures from a Car of Tomorrow race. So I would still go to Loudon
Yeah.
and watch occasionally. But now, I mean, in the last, even before we started this, I was back to pretty much watching every week. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
Now I have to.
Um,
Kyle holds a gun to our head. Please help. This is
I
an
do.
outcry.
I do.
But mine is now bigger.
But what, yeah, congratulations again.
Yeah,
looks
we
really
live
good.
we live in North Texas, son.
We do.
Looks very good.
Take 'em. Come and get 'em.
The big telling thing is that plummet of F1.
Yeah.
50% drop year over year. That is
So
bad.
they were at 4 million last year for this race.
Cut it in half. It was 3.1.
So they lost $1 million.
Was that the first Miami race last year? No, I think that was the second one. I think they've been going there for 3
No,
years
I think
now.
that was the first one because wasn't the controversy with the pool shit last year?
No, that was 2 years ago. I
Was
think.
that 2 years
Yeah, I
ago?
think this is their third.
I think this is the third
right?
Miami race. Yeah.
It's the glitz and glam and bullshit. So whatever, let them do their thing. And NASCAR clearly has staying power.
It's funny.
We'll
I
take
saw a
it.
clip of who's that kid? John Christ, that guy Corey LaJoy's friends with, that comedian.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
John, something Christ. He's a comedian. He did TikToks and Vine and stuff like that. He's a good dude. Giant NASCAR fan. Goes to all the races. He's like a Justin Nunley.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
I'm a NASCAR fan, so like I kind of teeter some of my stuff towards that. He was on a podcast with just the most obnoxious F1 dudes.
Oh, I saw that clip.
And he's like, dude, like, there's no comparison. You guys go to a race, there's 15 cars, and there's not a single lead pass, or a pass for the lead. He goes, I'll go to a NASCAR race. There's 38 cars for 38 weeks of the year. You don't know who's winning a single race.
And they're like, the F1
And they're like,
guys are
yeah,
like,
they just turn left.
Yeah.
He's like, no. Like, they're like, oh, how much does a NASCAR cost?
I'll show you that clip after because it's funny.
Like,
I
acting
hate
like
when
the
people
price
call
of
it
the
a
car.
NASCAR. Does that piss anybody else
Yes,
off in this
we've
room?
talked about
On
it. That's my
NASCAR, I
biggest,
correct
Trust me.
every single
that's
person
my
that says
biggest
that.
pet peeve.
When I see a YouTuber, it's like, I bought a NASCAR. Unsubscribe.
Hate you.
I hate that, but I'm also like, what's the correct terminology?
A
I bought
NASCAR car. A
NASCAR
NASCAR
stock car. Like,
It's a stock
NASCAR
car.
race
yeah,
car.
it's a mouthful. I understand why it's done. It just sounds wrong.
It's a NASCAR stock car.
What does it
That's
say?
like saying I bought a National Football League.
What does
like
it say
no,
on
you
the
bought a
sticker
football.
Yeah.
on the A pillar? Or
Stock
just
car.
under the A pillar? No,
Yeah.
it says NASCAR. Well, it used to. I don't
NASCAR
know if they
stock
have
car.
anymore. It says
NASCAR
NASCAR race
stock car.
car.
Oh, race car.
Oh, does
It
it say
says
stock car?
l-
I said NASCAR race car.
I bet you one of these. Look right there.
Grab
Grab,
one.
the Brad one. It's on the Brad one. I can see it.
You
Right
know,
on the
Arms
A-pillar
not
there.
work?
you know what's driving me crazy though is you've been watching the truck race. They keep calling the drivers truckers.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh yeah, the truckers. I'm like,
I hate
stop calling them truckers. They're drivers.
They're
Confirmed.
race car drivers.
Yes, stop calling
No,
them truckers. It's
it
Jamie
just
Little
says
mostly.
best race car driver ever on it. No, it says race car.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway.
I think they used to say stock car though,
I don't ever remember
thought
them
so, too.
saying stock car.
But anyway. All right.
because they ain't stock no more. Not since the 80s.
We'll keep digging here. What do
70s.
we got next? I got TNT announced their entire booth lineup.
Hyped.
Dude, they are just every one of these broadcast channels is just Eskimo Brothers at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we knew the booth, which was Adam Alexander, Steve Letarte, and Dale Jr.
Yep.
We learned more. We have the pit reporters. We have Danielle Trotta, Marty Snyder, and Alan Cavana.
Big fan.
Banging lineup.
Yep.
Yeah,
Cavana is probably like the least known of that group, but if you listen to Sirius at all,
He's good.
Cavana's been on there
Yeah.
for years, and he's really fucking good. Studio talent, we got PK, the God, Shannon Spake, and Jamie Mack.
Phenomenal.
Awesome combo
The
there.
budding relationship on CW with PK and Jamie is
Fantastic.
amazing. It's so good.
Better than Boyer Harvick all day long.
Better than any. I mean, outside of like Junior Letarte, those two color guys and their relationship and their banter is probably the best we've had in 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
Because like, think about who we've had. We've had Boyer and Gordon, Boyer and
Awful.
Harvick.
That was awful.
Yeah, they were just literally talking about Phoenix every single week.
Yeah, and then
Oh, they got into each other just like me and you at Phoenix, right, Jeff?
Yeah, like-
Remember that one
Dale-
time that our teams fought and we never did?
yeah, like Dale and Letarte are good, but then like Dale and Jeff Burton were all right.
I
Okay.
thought, wasn't Jeff announced for TNT as well?
I didn't finish.
Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought that was it. Sorry,
Nope.
my bad.
How many fucking people do they employ over
Yeah.
there?
So then they have their kind of contributors, the TNT extra, if you will. I don't know. Mamba, Jeff Burton, and Larry Mack. What they're supposedly going to be primarily focused on is the in-season bracket challenge thing.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
That's cool.
So they're going to talk the strategy on like the head-to-heads and
When that happens,
because
right.
that's during their portion.
Yes.
I would almost, in that order, flip Letarte and Jeff Burton.
Put Letarte.
Letarte's very
'cause-
analytical in
Yeah,
betting.
because
and-
Letarte's all about the betting and the odds and stuff like that. He had his Dirty Mo Doe show.
Yeah.
True.
So like that is like a March Madness bracket is like what he's made
That's
for.
what it's gonna
That
be.
being
It's-
said,
yeah.
I love Letarte and Jr. in the booth. I don't want to change that. I was just saying
I don't care. Give me
like-
Letarte anywhere.
Letarte and Jeff Burton almost fit more
The opposite way.
seamlessly the other way around. But
Yeah, so that's just going to
give
be
me
like
Letarte and Jr. all
that's
day.
Selfishly, I like it the way it is because selfishly, I Burton's voice goes through my head.
I get you. I get
so
you.
having him full color, little
What-
much.
What I'm just worried about is, like
That's
I just said, there's so many people.
A lot of
How
people.
many times are going to be flipping between this booth and this booth and this pit
Studio
reporter?
talent sounds like it's going to be like
Pre
a
and
stage
post.
break,
yeah,
pre-post.
hopefully, which is what always Jamie and Shannon Spake,
Shannon Spake, yeah.
Yep.
they've always been the race day, the NASCAR race day TV show.
Right.
Yep.
Parker's kind of new to that, although he's doing the CW and he's killing it over there. So yeah, he'll stick him over there. Love it. But it's just like there's just so many people going on.
Yeah.
Like I'm just worried that they're gonna try to fit everybody in, and it's gonna take away from the experience.
I don't think so.
I think they'll do a bang up job. That's people that are very well seasoned in the sport. There's not a lot of new faces there, so I think
It is very interesting though. We're getting like most of Prime is
They're
going to
basically
continue
just-
on to
yeah.
TNT.
You know what got me going with full speed was Lee Diffie. I am so excited.
yeah.
Bro,
that
I was
man.
literally just about to pitch something. Lee Diffie starts the season at Fox, has a couple weeks off in the middle while Prime and TNT are doing their nonsense, and then finishes out at NBC.
Just give them the whole
Just
season.
give me a Lee Diffie sandwich, dude.
Fox is
Bookend
just,
it with Lee Diffie.
like we've talked about 100 times, when you see like your favorite driver start to fall off.
Yeah.
You know, the end of DW's career, the end of Terry's career, some of these guys that like they're hanging around a little too long.
Jimmy.
I'm starting to feel that way about Mike Joy.
Yeah.
I hate to see it. I still love his voice. He still has moments of like he's good at this.
Well,
but
we talked about it all last
man,
year.
Man,
Last
he
year
is
it was
just-
at the beginning of this year,
Both.
where it's like I feel like there was just a fire reignited, and then it just dwindles.
Was it last week when he quoted the freaking satire Twitter, the Downfords, the Daily Downfords?
Yeah.
It's one of those Twitters that puts out fake, like the whole. They put one out this week that like AB is gonna get in a car.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown. What was the one he quoted? Oh, it was the. Oh, that's gonna piss me off. I don't remember, but he quoted it on the broadcast, and people were like, "Dude, come on! Like somebody's got to be there to like."
And this week he had to get on Twitter to defend them missing Brad Keselowski wrecking.
Yeah.
He's like, well, if you look at our booth, there's a lot of TVs, and we all just happen to be looking at the wrong one. Like, there's 3 of you in there. How many producers in your ear? And the second place car just crashed and took you guys 40 seconds to respond to it.
That was bad.
And he's like, oh, well, we were all looking at different screens. There's 38 cars out there.
No one's looking at second place.
It's like, sorry, but that was live on the broadcast.
Yeah.
If one of you isn't watching the broadcast to tell you what the viewers are seeing, then you're doing something wrong.
All right, we got anything in the chat? Oh, we're doing fine. All right, NASCAR in the news because they officially announced Miami for 2026, and we got some cool hype videos. The Back to the Future Brad K
Oh,
and
so good.
Kyle
Dude.
Busch one's
Yeah,
so
that was
good.
So
Really good.
I gotta say, no matter what, Fox, NASCAR, anybody, whatever we bitch about, Fox's NASCAR, whoever they hired for their social team this year,
Unbelievable
that video, the GTA Homestead video with Hocevar, all of the like drone videos that they hype up the
The
race weekend
content that
with,
they're putting
the-
out is incredible.
the
Yeah.
content they're pumping out,
Just like the little TikTok edits they were doing at
Yes.
the beginning of the year.
Yeah, the reels that they've been making.
Yeah.
With the crazy edits.
So
and stuff.
good.
but
yeah.
that video, like with the jabs at Denny and
Yeah.
Logano, like, oh my, or not, yeah, was it Joey?
Yeah.
Like the little jabs, like it's just so good.
We need to go back. Joey Logano just became a 3rd-time champion.
Yeah. Does Denny win again? No.
Does Denny ever get one? Not if we can help it.
Not if we can
Like,
help it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So good. And like, it's so funny to see these old guys, and they're old for NASCAR's sake, but like 2 guys that fucking hated each other 15 years ago.
Bro,
Kyle,
again.
it's an expensive studio. Stop breaking stuff.
somebody spent a lot of money here.
But 2 guys who absolutely couldn't be at the same racetrack as each other 15 years ago
Yeah.
are now doing commercials cramped in a DeLorean together, joking. Like, it was
Yeah.
so good. Like, I love new Kyle Busch. I'm not rooting for him on Sundays. I don't want to go that far. But personality-wise, Kyle Busch he's gotten so much better. Brad, a couple rough years at the beginning, but he's been great for the past 10 years.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's just, that was super fun to watch. I think it was pretty well done. The jokes were well placed, and I
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. But bigger than just Homestead, but we get the rotation. So we're going to have, I mean, obviously the strong, I was listening to DVC, they were talking about the strong rumor is we have Homestead in 26, which we know. 27 will probably be Vegas. But they were bringing up some of the other tracks that it could be, because if it's Vegas, that now means we
Vegas
open the
isn't
door to
official because Vegas is SMI.
SMI. But if they go to Vegas, that opens up SMI tracks. And they were talking on DVC also how everyone, apparently I thought this was just a junior thing because juniors talked about it a lot. Apparently a lot of people in the industry want it, where let's say it's in Vegas, do the championship race, you got like Monday, Tuesday off, and then you do the banquet on Wednesday or like Wednesday, Thursday.
In that town.
In that city.
yeah,
Like in Vegas. If they do it in Phoenix, they find somewhere in Phoenix to do it. They do it in Miami. And then they were also talking, I mean, I didn't even think about this. Do it, have the championship race at Charlotte, and then have the banquet at the Hall of Fame 2 days
I've been
later.
saying that for years.
That would be
But
unbelievable.
Charlotte is on that border
It's-
of like, it's going to be chilly.
It's on the border,
Like, the odds of it even being 50 are rare.
but you got to remember how many years did we have a Charlotte race in late October?
Also, shout out, I like Austin Dillon temporarily because he did say, let's have a race in New Hampshire for the
He
championship
did.
race.
He's like, maybe it'll be in New Hampshire and it'll get
So,
snow. And
Austin
Baldwin's like,
Dillon, I'm a fan of you for the next maybe 12 hours.
Baldwin's like, happened one time actually. Think
Did-
of the November
it
race,
did.
but
But yeah, I'm totally down with it. This has been my thing for a while is like, I want, like, the banquet sucks, but
Yes.
you put the banquet 2 days after the season ends.
Yep.
and you're going to get a lot more attention to it.
100%.
It's a month and a half later, no
But
one's
you also have
watching.
to do something with it because you can't have the banquet like it's been the last 2 years, just fucking boring.
Well, that's why my thing has
And
been
not even live.
No
Well, I've
burnouts,
wanted-
got rid of all this, all the fun
I've
stuff.
wanted-
You show it 2 days after it happens.
I've wanted the championship race at Charlotte because you can get the entire team out there.
Oh, absolutely.
The 12 cars in the championship, guess what? All 80 guys from the shop that worked on the 12 car this week are at the track
The
because it's
shock-
at the hometown.
The shock guy, they're
Yeah.
all
Make
there.
a big deal about it, like the turn 2 at Martinsville last year for Hendrick. That was all
Yes.
Hendrick employees. Give sections for each of the championship 4 teams, and you don't have to worry about them flying 80 guys out
imagine,
to Phoenix.
Think about that. In one corner, there's like almost like European football where they have the supporters.
Yeah.
So there's like the Ryan Blaney section, all the Penske guys. There's the Kyle Larson section. It's all the 5-car guys. That'd
Yeah.
be cool as hell.
That'd be badass.
And that's totally feasible at Charlotte. But my thing for a while has always, or has been since they announced that they were planning on renovating it, is Nashville Fairgrounds, like exhibition race the week of the banquet and do the banquet at Nashville. I think Nashville's the best fitting banquet.
Yeah.
I
That'd be
think
nice.
New
Vegas
York
would
was
be
cool
sick,
back
too.
in the day. Vegas is cool. But Nashville, it's like that is NASCAR country.
Yeah.
So like the banquet seems so much more fitting on whatever Bourbon Street or whatever that is in Nashville.
Broadway.
Broadway. Yeah. Broadway girls.
Bourbon Street is New Orleans.
Yep. Nolans. But
Good try,
I
though.
would
They're
love
close.
like Nashville Fairgrounds to open up and do that short track they're planning on doing, like re-renovating the whole thing and then doing like that in the banquet the same weekend.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
A lot of
But
options.
I love the idea of championship race, 2 days later banquet.
Yep. And
All
I
right, let's
guess
keep
Ben
moving.
Kennedy also did say that that they're still looking at where they're going to go, whatever. But drafty tracks are out and road courses are out.
Yeah, I don't know why that would even be a thought.
That was my thought too.
People
but it
going
just-
up about it on the internet. I'm like, why would you even think that'd be an option?
Yeah.
I am 100% not even joking here for a Daytona season finale
Yeah.
because I think it would be the craziest strategy you would ever see in a plate race, and I am here for it.
You'd have,
It'll never happen.
if there was one Chevy in the Final Four, you're going to have every single Chevy
Yeah,
lined
it's
up.
literally
behind
it's
him.
literally going to be 8-car tandems with the championship contender leading each line.
Yeah.
I am here for it just once, just to see what kind of crazy strategy they could all make work. Like back in the day, the tandem racing was so crazy.
You
A
might
couple
be
years
onto
ago,
something here.
when Stuart Haas just waxed the field
Yeah.
at Talladega.
I still remember
Like
watching that
I
race.
want to see. That's why I jokingly
so
said
mad
like
at that
not
race.
Daytona, do it at Talladega because they can go 4 wide. So we could have out of the trioval the 4 championship runners
That'd be insane.
all side by side of the line. But I was like I understand like it's a crapshoot most weeks, but that's because like you got 38 guys doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
When we go to a plate race and there's only 4 guys that could win, I'm much more curious to see what that looks like. It would probably be horrible, but I'm truly curious what like the perfect strategy is for.
Yeah,
A
but I'm
Daytona
here for the
race.
rotation because I think championship weekend should be much more like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
100%.
Like where it rotates around. You're going to have a different experience every year. Obviously, you're going to end up repeating tracks because there's only so many we can go to. But I can stomach a Phoenix championship race if the last one was 4 years ago. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the last time we had to do this was 4 years ago.
And then you put that much distance in between the races, the strategy's going to change.
Yeah.
Because the car may change slightly. Some
Yep.
things will be different. Be different people there. You know, the track has changed in 4 years. Like year over year, there's not that many changes.
Mm-hmm.
But you put a gap in there, it'll make a difference.
Yep,
But-
I agree.
all right, we'll keep moving here. Last bit of news that I have here is just a quick update on the lawsuit.
Oh, goody.
They were in court this past week. This was NASCAR's rebuttal, if you will. They were appealing the injunction allowing the teams to race as chartered teams while they are in this lawsuit. thing.
Yes.
No decision was made at the time. They were hearing the arguments on both sides. Doesn't sound great for the teams.
I was going to say the teardown said they were both, I don't know if one of them was there or they were both there. It sounded like they were both there,
Yep.
Jeff and Jordan. And they said that I guess it was like a panel of judges. It wasn't just like a judge. It was a panel. And from what they said, they were very skeptical of like the reasoning behind
Having
the
your cake and
injunction.
eating it too,
Yeah,
yeah.
they were very skeptical. It sounded like the teams got kind of raked over the coals a little bit.
Yep. So we'll see how it shakes out. We don't know. But the judges did, towards the end, say that they highly suggest the teams in NASCAR
Go
more
to
or less
medi-
fucking figure it out.
Go to mediation, which mediation is we're going to sit you both down and figure this the fuck out so we don't have to keep this charade
I would
going.
almost prefer to do it the way it looks like it's going to be, where they pay them that minimum because they're not a charter. Like, that's kind of what the deal is. Like, either you pay us like we're a charter team because we're dealing with this, or you pay us like as if we're an open team, which the pay is much different.
Yeah.
I would much prefer to be paid as an open team, hoping that you're going to win that lawsuit and get the back pay. Because obviously that's going to be either you're going to get paid as a charter team and you lose the lawsuit and you now owe the difference, or you're going to get paid as an open team, you win the lawsuit, you get owed, they now owe you the difference.
Right. Money essentially would go into escrow.
Yeah. Like, I would much prefer to be owed money than owe money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. And that's all the stuff that I had that were worth talking about. Anything else you guys wanted to
Did
add?
you hear? I know I haven't listened to it, but the big rumblings off of the
Holler
Holler
Talk?
Talk podcast. That
It is my last bit of news that I did not bring up.
that you forgot. Okay,
No, I just chose not to bring it up.
no, I'm going to bring it up. 'Cause
Yeah. There's nothing yet.
nothing yet.
But on the Holler Talk podcast, they did say that NASCAR is going to take a serious look at the
750.
option to increase horsepower slightly after the rumblings from Doug Yates.
Doug Yates. Yeah.
Yeah.
At
Robert's
least I meant to say like Robert Yates Racing for some reason. I don't know why that just popped up, but you're right. It's Yates.
What year is it?
They're listening.
They said something.
They
This
said a
this
thing.
goes back to what we said a couple weeks ago. At least they're acknowledging it.
Yes,
We'll take it. We'll see where it goes.
exactly. 100%. That's
It's about all we could say.
honestly, that's enough. That's enough for me. You've acknowledged it.
Just look at it.
We're not all screaming into the fucking void. You've at least
Yeah.
like said, we hear you. We're gonna look at it.
Yeah.
That-
And that's
which is-
all we can ask for.
Which
at a
is
certain
more
point.
than we've gotten. I feel like sometimes
since this car came out.
I feel like sometimes with the complaints that people have and some of the stuff they say to like try to fix it or what we should try. You ever like you're in between jobs? I mean, maybe not you because you're a powerful businessman, but you're in between
No, I'm
jobs and like you send out a bunch of resumes and applications and you just never hear back and you're like, this is awesome. You can't send me like a no thanks email, so I know I'm like,
Oh, not even a rejection?
yeah, like so you just feel like you're just sending shit out into the void for nothing. That's
Yeah.
what this feels like when we're like more horsepower, smaller
Especially when
tire,
it's coming
whatever.
from not, I mean, we don't mean
we
shit,
don't
but
give
like
they don't give a shit about us, but
people like us that have a following,
drivers.
podcasts, owners.
I think the problem
Engine
is
builders.
The engine builder.
the problem is they're never unified. Like Denny Hamlin, we say it all the time, gets on his podcast and he has a different fix for the car every week.
Groove tires.
If you just fucking nail down one thing and get everyone to agree to that one thing, then they'll do something about it.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you all
Yeah,
get
that's a good
together and say 750 is the trick,
You bring the torches and the pitchforks with one
then-
topic, you might get somewhere.
and then you get that. Other than one engine manufacturer saying 750 horsepower is impossible, the other one coming out and saying they're already making 750 horsepower before we put the restrictor
Before we
plates on
choke
them.
'em. Yeah.
And like it's like pick a side. Like if you want to make a change, throwing fucking shit at the wall and seeing what sticks isn't working. Pick a fucking baseball and chuck it up their heads.
You need the unified front. I
Yeah.
agree.
I agree with that.
It's
So-
they change their mind every day, and it just pick one thing and try it.
We'll see how it shakes out. But that's all I got for the news bits. So get into some Kansas talk. You guys got anything else?
I think that's it.
Kansas it is. Kansas.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
The old rate the race titles.
Oh.
Heart of Healthcare 200.
Kind of a mouthful, but at least it's not presented by something.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not horrible.
I mean, it's all right.
It's like a 4.
Yeah.
And then the Straight Talk Wireless 400.
Thought it was the Ambetter 400. Was that a couple weeks ago?
Ambetter was,
Talladega?
I
is
thought
that
it was.
Talladega?
Or maybe it was last week, Texas?
I swear to God, it was something damn better.
Either way, Straight Talk Wireless 400.
Yeah, this-
Advent Health 400.
Yeah.
This week was Advent. When was Straight Talk? Or is that next week? I got
No,
one
next
off?
week's the All Star race. So did you just forget to edit your notes from last week,
Straight Talk 400 was Homestead.
Oh, man.
brother?
Way off.
So
Way
did you
off.
get-
So Ambetter Health
Check the
400?
Xfinity race too.
Xfinity race?
No,
There was no
There was
Xfinity
no
race.
truck
Or
race.
check
Truck
the truck
race.
race. I mean,
Heart of Healthcare 200, for sure.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Okay. Sorry, my bad. Ambetter Health 400?
Advent Health.
Advent Health.
Advent.
brother.
Rate the race
I'm
titles.
sick.
We don't
Leave me
know them.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Nothing
it's
exciting.
straightforward names and then a number.
Yep.
That's what we want. It doesn't need to be flashy. Like we have cool ones,
But
but when it's the
Great American Getaway
yeah,
is the flashy awesomeness.
That's
yeah. But when it's the Advent Health 400 brought to you by Advil, Prilosec OTC, and
OTPHJ,
Rogaine,
yeah.
like it's too much.
I would also like to bring up.
Available at Walmart.
I would like to bring up the winner of the race title for the weekend. You missed one. Arca. The Tide 150.
Oh yeah.
Solid.
And the logo.
That's really
Let
good.
me see this shit.
That's really good.
Yeah, but 3 or 4 years
Damn, that's
ago,
a classic right
this
there.
was the
It's
Bushy
perfect.
McBush race.
Oh, God, the Bushy
True,
McBush
Bushy
race.
This was the Bushy McBush.
By the way, the Arca race, phenomenal.
it was actually really good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Butterbean and Sawallich just back and forth the whole race.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Putting on some good shows.
Or they threw a cause in
Um,
there at the end to help Junior's favorite guy.
Truck race.
what I was seeing on the Twitter.
Hocevar led 3 times for 75 laps, taking the checkered flag. How about him crossing the start finish line with a middle finger
Everyone's
out the window?
so up in arms about that. And you know
I
what?
thought it was awesome.
All it is you have to look at the person doing it.
Yeah.
I don't think Hocevar was hanging his finger out the window going, fuck you, motherfucker. He was probably like, tried to wreck me, almost got you, bitch.
Suck it,
like,
loser.
Suck it, loser. Like, that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He's just I'm going to use Austin Dillon's term. He's goof troop. He's just a goofy dude who probably thought like, oh, this will be funny. He'll see this.
And
like,
his interview, did you see his interview?
I saw bits.
It was
of
much the same.
yeah.
He's like, yeah, I think I'll call him and we'll probably laugh about it. It wasn't like a I hate you. It
I
was like
don't-
a
yeah.
haha, I beat you.
It was nothing malicious. It's if me and you were
If that was what he was feeling, a thumbs up would have been better.
I flip you off from a distance whenever
Yeah.
we catch eyes
I
from
was-
like
I was-
100 feet.
I was gonna say, whenever you're driving next
Yes.
to you catch your buddy in traffic, what do you do?
when we
Fuck
would
you.
be driving home from
Like-
Providence after recording the show every week, I would pass because you'd get a head start. I would pass you going a billion, and I'd flip you off, and I'd see you through your tinted window flipping me off.
Yeah.
like
That's what you do to your buddies.
Yeah, I
think
just-
about
exactly.
think about you're cruising with your buddy somewhere, and one of you makes it through a red light and doesn't stop, and what comes out the sunroof or the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I just think the optics of it, like flipping people off in race cars, isn't normally like a buddy thing.
that's
Like
Bubba
Blaney and Bubba
Blaney
do it.
Yeah,
That's the one exception.
yeah.
But it's when I see it as Carson as a cup driver going down to the truck series, rubbing doors with somebody and then flipping them off after doesn't look like a buddy thing to me. That looks like, hey, fuck you. Like, and I think
Right.
it's punching down, in my opinion. It's
I
like
just don't have a
like
problem with it.
Larson. I came here to beat you guys and embarrass you. I'm the superior being. I'm in the cup series. I'm better than you. I'm gonna beat you. If Carson did or Larson did that and then flipped everybody off out the window, you'd be like, oh, you're just a fucking asshole.
Yeah, I see your point.
Larson or Carson and Larson. This is killing me. I'm gonna stop comparing them at this point.
Maybe you should use first and first or last and last. You might
All
wanna
right.
use
So
one of each because then that
Larson
makes
Hocevar. Is that equal? Does that
Yeah.
work?
There you go.
But it's just like it. You're dropping
Kyle
down.
Carson.
That's
you're
actually not
dropping
very
down
good.
No.
2 series, like 2 levels, and then flipping somebody off as you cross our finish line. It just, I don't think it looks.
That's
good.
why everybody sees it and
Yeah.
threw a fit
Yeah.
about it. But
Like if it
whatever, it
was,
is what
if
it
it
is.
was Carson and he was doing it with Justin Haley, or somebody that you know he's buddies with. Like I don't know who Carson's
just-
really that close of friends with.
Nobody.
But if it was
Mm.
Bubba and Blaney battling it out in the truck series, and you see them door each other, then flip each other off, you're like, yeah, that's funny. They're buddies. That's obviously a haha, got you this time, bitch kind of thing. But you see Carson and somebody who you have no idea if he's ever even talked to before, and he's flipping them off down the straightaway. That's just
I just
it's. I don't see that as a. He played it off as a haha, goofy. I'm funny. Look at us. But I don't
I'm-
think it
even
looks
if it
that
even
way.
if it was serious, like he earned it because Riggs sailed it into 1 and 2, ran him into the fence.
Yeah, but that's
doored
like,
him, like
that's like
he earned it.
Kyle Busch right hooking Ron Hornaday.
no, not
No,
even
it's not
close.
even- that's not even
even
remotely
Yeah,
close.
but it's a cup driver picking on a truck driver.
he didn't pick on Lane Riggs at all. Lane Riggs,
Riggs picked on
Flipping
him.
somebody off, is
No.
it picking
Lane
on
Riggs
them?
sailed it in, ran Hocevar into the fence, 100% on Riggs, and then Riggs got flipped off. So like,
Yeah, I don't think it looks good.
it does. No, I agree 100%.
I'm
It doesn't look good, but it is not a good comparison at
Yeah.
all.
No,
I
it's a
am-
cup guy going down to the truck series and fuck youing somebody.
Yeah,
I
see
just
your point.
I'm stuck between this like we need guys with personality and Hocevar has a personality.
Yeah.
But I'm also I see Norm's side where it's like maybe not the best
Act like you've
optics.
been there before,
Like
kind of thing.
we've talked about Carson and doing this exact same thing before. He's showing personality, but the wrong side of his personality.
Freddie said it really good on DBC. Now, like, you've got all the sponsors on the truck. They're going to be hyped getting that win picture going across the start finish line, and there's your big finger hanging out the window. Like, we're going to hang that up in the boardroom.
Yeah, you
Like-
just ruined that moment.
yeah,
Like the
Photoshop.
finger overshadows it.
But I'm stuck because I also like someone showing personality. Did you see the list on Twitter? Someone was like, people want drivers with personality. You got hosts of our streaming iRacing during the Daytona 500 red flag. The fucking daily drive in the Dale truck. Like, we talk to Weston all the time. He's like, I just saw Hocevar again. He's driving by me in the fucking Dale truck. Like,
Right, but that's showing the right side of your personality.
yeah.
Like Austin
Yeah, but
Hill
you don't
flipping
shouldn't
off
pick and
SVG.
choose your personality. Like,
Yeah,
if you're
but,
going to be
like,
authentic, show all
There's
sides.
good
of it.
sides
Thank
and
you.
bad sides, and when the
Well, then
bad
you're not
side,
authentic if you're only showing
when the
parts of
bad
it.
side comes out, we can judge you for the bad side.
Yeah, but be authentic.
I would have
Yeah.
done the same exact thing. If you're trying to wreck me coming off the corner
1,000%.
and I beat you, fuck you. I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah,
I absolutely would
I
have
just
done
think
it
it's
too.
a bad look.
I
I'm
wouldn't have been
completely-
like buddy about it. I would have been like, actually,
I'm
fuck you dork.
completely okay with equals flipping each other off. Completely. Austin Hill to SVG
I don't know, Lane Riggs is pretty damn
at
good.
Sonoma. I was 100% okay with that.
Yeah.
They're equals going for a win. Everyone's like, Dale Earnhardt flip people off all the time. Yeah, his competitors. Dale Earnhardt wasn't going down to the truck series and flipping off some kid trying to make his
I
name.
just don't think
Yeah,
there needs
I
to
think
be
you're a
any-
little too upset
I think
about
it does not need to be an uproar over this.
Yeah,
It's-
I agree.
Is it probably in bad taste? Yes. Do I think we need to be talking about it? No.
Exactly.
That's his fault for us talking about it.
True.
Put your finger away.
Yeah.
Smell my finger.
But none of it mattered because Lane Riggs ended up DQ'd for a bed cover violation.
Yeah, basically they said it was
And he
much
gets
like
no
a,
points.
much like a Harvick rear window situation.
Yeah.
I guess it was missing some bracing and it made it so the bed cover could
Do a little flexy.
do a little deformity.
But Hocevar ultimately takes the checkered flag. Kudos to him.
Can't talk shit. Michael Waltrip won a race because of that. So
Boom, boom. Suck it. All right. That's pretty much all I have for truck race. Anything else you guys wanted to mention on
I,
the truck
I
race?
had it on,
I
but
didn't
I
even
was
watch it,
I was
so.
half watching it. So
It was a good race. They actually put on a
was,
good
yeah.
show.
I just saw the last lap and it annoyed me.
Spire Trucks putting on Spire Truck shows as they usually do.
yes,
1,
Oh,
2.
I wouldn't say usually, but
when a cup driver's in it.
yeah,
Good point.
they had a slump there at the end of last year for a while.
Sunday. How about the wow, this is gonna never mind. Hey, that guy's gonna never mind. Over and over and over again. Brad K up front.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
Brad's having a really good
Yep.
day. Oh, never mind.
Oh, yeah.
Who else?
Kyle Busch.
Yeah, Chase Elliott. Wow, his pit crew got him out front. He's having a pretty good day. Oh, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away.
Yeah.
Pit crew then screws him.
Wow, Denny Hamlin's got a really fast car. And
William Byron. Wow, running up front. Hasn't had a checkered flag since Daytona 500. Running P2. Boom, tire gone. Lose a lap. Never coming back.
Didn't he win Atlanta the next week?
No,
Nope, he did not.
he's only won one
Um,
race.
I thought he had two.
Denny having a good day. Equipment failure.
Denny was
fuck it,
fast.
close.
round 2.
Denny's car
Then he
was
got
fastest.
fucked by his pit crew, overcame it with a rocket ship of a car. Turns out he was stuck in high gear or whatever the situation
Well,
was.
that's the thing. He was in the back a couple times. Get it? And he came.
I don't.
Ripping,
Draw the picture.
he came
Draw the picture.
ripping through the field.
Show
like,
me on yourself.
All right.
Yeah, right before that pit stop where he inevitably blew up or whatever the hell happened, he was like, it looked like he was in fast forward.
Oh, he was.
Whenever they showed him, I think he passed Bowman or something for like 6th or 5th, and he was gone. He passed Bowman and Blaney side by side. And then the next lap, they're 2 seconds behind and he's passing Bell. It's like his transmission's broken and he found 6 gears somehow.
But can we talk about?
That might have been the fastest car all day.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
was. If he didn't have clutch
At
issues,
least
he was
like
going to be a problem.
spurts of it. Like I don't know if he
So-
had like overall
Had it-
consistent
Had it
fast.
stayed together.
Yeah.
But can we talk about that
Well, let's
in
look
car on the
the
pit
results
on
are
that
gone.
pit stop, just on the chip, drop it into gear, and oops, all neutrals. The noises that were coming out of that transaxle.
Oh yeah. Rough.
I was
Um,
honestly surprised it made it as far as it did because I think that was what the third pit stop they did
Mm-hmm.
where they had to like push him, and then he drop it into gear.
But yeah, an absolute dominant day from Kyle Larson.
He just
Yet again.
the
Another
only-
dominant victory.
The only time he looked a little off was when Chase got in front of him, and he wasn't even that far
yeah, and
off.
he dropped back to like 3rd or something.
Yeah,
He led 221 of 267 laps.
both stages, won the pole, both stages, fastest lap.
Everything there is to win, he won every single thing.
Pretty much.
Um,
Oh,
His-
Carteropoli. Denny's clutch finally didn't come through after all the times Denny hasn't come in clutch.
oh,
Zing!
boo. Larson's third win at Kansas, 32nd of his career. He now ties Dale Jarrett.
Yeah, that's a question for later.
Oh, okay. I also found another fun stat. Career laps led.
Yes.
Over 10,000.
I saw the Fox
Yeah, that's
highlighted
wild.
that he hit 10,000 laps led. It was cool.
The the other active drivers are Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin with more. Who do you think he has to catch next?
Kyle Busch.
Denny.
Kyle Busch.
Denny.
Is it really Denny?
Where do you think Denny's at? Ish.
Well, he's been in the sport for 20 years.
Over 10,000.
I'm going to say,
Probably 12,000.
I'm going to go like 13.5.
14-2.
Denny's at 15.6.
Damn.
Closest without going over.
What's
Price is
KFB
right
at?
rules.
Where's KFB?
He's got to
Knowing
be.
that Larson's got 10,000,
Oh, my God.
fairly short career in
And
this
you got
kind
to
of
think
equipment.
KFB hasn't led a lap in what, 5 years? So
Yeah. You obviously know Denny's at 15, KFB is in front of him. How far ahead do you think KFB is?
4,000 more. He's almost at 20.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I was going to say like 18.5, 19.
19,499.
I was gonna say 18,750, but
18,750?
19,499.
18.5.
He wins 19,440.
That's insane.
Oh, it's 5 over?
You yeah. Yep.
Price is right. Bum, 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 bum.
19.4. Larson almost has to double to pass KFB.
Yeah, but KFB and Denny have done that in 20 plus years. Larson's on what year?
in good equipment, 5.
Yeah,
now is that all series or just Cup?
Cup.
that's just Cup.
I don't think he beats either of them. Because I don't think Larson tries that long.
Nope.
I actually kind of agree,
Agree
with
with
you.
that.
I agree with you.
I've
Yeah.
said since 2021, Larson is one and done. I'm surprised he's trying this hard still. Like he's waiting for some checks to cash or something.
One thing that blew, they talked about it.
I don't think he makes it to 40 years old.
Oh, no, he's not having
No.
a 20-year career.
I
No way.
legitimately thought, and I compare him to this all the time, and I don't know anything about these guys other than the freaking movie, but the Rush movie with Nicky Lauda
Yeah.
and James Hunt. James Hunt won the championship, proved that I can be a champion,
And then,
and just fucked off for the rest of his career
Yep.
and partied and did whatever he want and retired young.
Where'd my phone go? Oh, got it.
I 100% saw
Did you
Larson
move it?
doing that.
Maybe.
Like, I made it. I'm a champion. I proved that I can do it. I'm going to go race dirt cars
Did
for
you hear
$10,000
the,
a weekend.
did you hear the stat on DBC about Larson with stage points right now? I don't know if you listened to it. Probably not.
No.
So when he won, or 2021, his dominant was a 10 win season.
10, yeah.
11 with the
finished-
All-Star.
He finished the regular season with, I think they said it was like 31
31.
stage points. He's already at like 23 this year.
Yeah.
Halfway through the regular season, because Coke 600 is halfway through the regular season. So he's already at 23. They basically said if he keeps up what he's been doing with winning stages, get a couple more race wins, he could damn near have a bye to the Final Four
Yeah.
with all these
Yeah.
stages.
I mean, at this rate, he already will.
yeah,
That just shows like he's either checkers or wreckers.
checkers or records all day.
Because Willie B is just averaging him to death, and they're now Kyle Larson passed him for the
Just
first time
passed
this
him.
year.
yeah.
But Willie B isn't winning all the stages and winning 3 or 4 races. So Larson is just he's getting all the stage points and wrecking out.
Yeah.
Getting all the stage points and winning. Getting all the stage points and wrecking out. So he's just stacking stage wins and points and this and that, but he's not finishing all of his races.
Larson has
Or-
8 stage wins right now.
Oh, yeah.
Or
It's
he's
insane.
absolutely fucking me at Darlington and wrecking by himself on lap 3.
8 stage wins and 3 wins, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's already at 3 wins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By golly.
G. Willikers.
Bowman's still going to win the championship.
Other Sunday things. What else you got?
I'm starting to feel, I mean, you brought it up earlier, but I'm starting to feel really bad for Brad K. Like,
Yeah.
if there is a chance of a thunderstorm, he is going to get hit by lightning.
I just looked. He had the best overall, best average speed.
But unfortunately, I think the reason why is because they were probably a little too low on air pressure, and
No, he was digging.
he was digging.
When
though.
the lap times were good, he was getting.
That car was so fast, and then just to see that, I actually felt bad for Bubba as well. Car was fast. He made it up to like 6th in that first
Mhm.
run, and then he gets the pit road penalty on the first round of pit stops. He's a lap down the entire fucking day. Like at one point, I was like, just take the wave around. Like just get
Yeah.
back on the lead lap. and he finally gets his lap back, gets the lucky dog, gets the lap back. That restart, he gets taken out. I'm like, come on.
Hey, but he won Scheme of the Week this week.
Some
so
good
he gets something.
some good people to bring up. Had good days. Ryan Priest and Chris Buescher.
Both the RFK cars
I mean,
that were not Brad Keselowski.
Priest more so than
So
Buescher.
RFK
I mean, we
brought
expected
3
it-
rocket ships this week.
we
They did.
expected Buescher to do well. I mean, obviously did well here before.
Yeah.
Qualified second, but Priest qualified 30th.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
He was in the
Qualified
basement.
30th, comes home 7th. Great day. Josh Berry qualifying. Well, he was sent to the back, I think.
I think he was one of
Finished second. So great day for them.
He finished
The
second
legacy.
overall.
them. Yeah.
Damn.
Or I thought Bell did.
Bell
Yeah, I
second.
thought Bell finished second.
Yeah. Sorry, 6th. 38.
Those two numbers are
38
close.
on the day. There was something else I wanted to bring up. Oh, legacy cars.
Yeah. What's
Bringing
up with John
speed
Hunter?
again.
What is up with John Hunter? He's like quietly having a good season and not causing problems.
Yeah, he just like took his bad luck and skill and just threw it to the 10 car. He's like, you are now the embarrassment of NASCAR.
To the 10?
Yeah, because now all John Hunter things are now Ty Dillon things.
Yeah, that's fair. Has Dylan been doing that bad?
I mean, he wrecked 3 cars this weekend.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wanted to bring up one AJ Helmendinger.
Oh, going postal.
I
Bruh.
mean, that car, so a new Pope was selected. That car goes up in white smoke. And so Fox had the small clip of it, and I heard him say ECR, and I was like, ooh.
Oh, boy.
And then Twitter got a hold of it like 10 minutes later. Well, I was watching behind, but I found the tweets later of his radio audio. And I mean, that car is still in the process of blowing up. And what did he yell? He was like, thanks to fuck a lot ECR or something like that,
Yeah.
like over the
ECR,
radio.
You fucking suck or
Yeah,
something.
that's
Yeah.
something like that.
And it
then
wasn't he didn't cue that up. It was the
No.
camera in the car.
he queued up, and then oh my god, not Bianchi, the other one. Gluck said the in-car camera caught the ambient of him just being like, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was losing
Someone
it.
put it on Twitter. It was the entire in-car.
Yes.
Like, including the queue up section, I guess.
Yeah, the you fucking suck was on
Postal.
the you fucking suck was on the radio because Fox like almost played it. Because like I said, they were showing him kind of, I think it was during the replay or
Yeah.
while it was happening, they were showing him on the apron with the smoke pouring out of the car, and you just hear, they sometimes cut in the radio. I just heard like suck ECR or something like that. And I was like, he mad.
Oh, he big
Oh,
man.
he big mad.
I was thinking it
And we got a
before those
question about that
comments,
later,
but
too. So
I don't think colleague racing is colleague racing next year. I think RCR is they're just going to be all RCR guys. I think Austin Hill and Jesse Love are going to be in the 16 and the whatever the third car is.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like Ty Dillon, Jesse Love, and Austin Hill in those couple cars.
RCR Junior.
well, it can't be
Yeah.
4.
3.
That'd be 3.
Yeah. Well, colleague has 2, and
Don't-
RCR is
Don't
2.
they still have 3 or are they just 2 now?
No, they're just
Two and
2.
two.
It's the 16 and the
Two and
10,
two.
right?
Anything
Yeah,
else?
that Carter Opley says when he pulls in the garage, you can hear him screaming "fuck ECR" and slamming
Oh,
shit around in
going
the car.
Bananas.
Yeah, it's not going to work out great for
That's
them.
not going to be a good time.
Although the
Corey
Hendrick,
Heim, P13.
Oh, Heim
Oh,
was the,
yeah.
Heim was the
Pretty
top
good finish.
2311 car.
he was
Yeah.
pretty quick. I mean, he wrecked a couple guys too. There was some blood on his hands.
Yeah, Bowman's blood.
But he had some speed.
They were talking about it on DBC. He really seemed to struggle on the restarts, like the chaotic restarts.
Yeah.
But then once everything kind of settled out,
He has the pace. He has
Yeah.
the speed. I think that proves. I'm glad you brought that up. I think that does prove that he is capable of moving straight to cup.
Well, I think
If
that's
they find a spot for him, figure things
like
out.
we
Yeah.
talked
whatever,
about a
but-
couple weeks ago with how long he's just been sitting on simmer in the truck series. Like he's staying there way longer than you normally do. We were talking about
Yeah.
that when we were talking about how he's just dominating every race.
Yeah.
And they've always talked about how similar trucks are to cup cars now with
Yeah.
how much you work the air. Like Xfinity is almost a different animal.
You look like hosts of our transitioned pretty well.
really well.
And I think Heim is the perfect guy. They're like, hey, we could let this guy just cook in trucks for like
Like a crock pot.
2 years longer than you think you should, and then he's ready for cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm getting a little ahead of ourselves, but on that same topic, Bowman with the most you have to think about it roast of the year in his post race interview with Bob Pockers. Did you hear it?
No.
No.
He goes in he was talking about it after the race, and he was pretty pissed at a bunch of guys. Apparently, Bowman was just on
Oh,
fire.
did you hear his
yesterday.
radio?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was off on the radio a bunch.
And he gets out of the car, and Bob goes, "Yeah, and you were having some trouble, some lap traffic. The guy in the 35
And Bowman, with just like off the top of his head, quickest burn you've ever heard, just right in the next sentence goes, yeah, well, his dad's whole deal's named after him, so what do you expect?
Oh.
And it's like, you wouldn't catch it immediately. Like, at first, I thought it was just like a Nepo thing, like his dad bought him his charter, but no. His dad's company is literally called Terrible Herbst. And he goes, he named the company after his son, and then he just went on to the next subject.
Oh.
I was like, that is such
Savage.
a well thought out burn.
I love snarky, angry Bowman. Like,
Oh, yeah.
when he was flipping on the radio, I heard some talk between him and the spotter, and he was
Well,
not
him and
happy.
Kevin Hamlin are literally just like
They're homies.
fucking conjoined twins.
Yeah, they're homies.
They're like Freddie and Bubba. Like Freddie and Bubba talk
Yeah.
about how they have a short hand and they argue like brothers. Like that's how Bowman and
They argue like we do.
Hamlin are. So it's like Hamlin, you heard him talking to Blake, and he's like, yeah, he pretty much just told me to shut the fuck up. So I'm gonna leave him alone for a couple laps.
Yeah.
Like he's obviously heated up in there.
Yeah.
But I hate it for Bowman. One, he was my race pick. Two, he's my championship favorite, I think, this year still. I think he's gonna get it done. But he had such a fast car. And he just bled spots at the end of each stage. And then I guess he got fucking fenced at some point. We saw him get into the wall when he was racing Briscoe, but I think he got fenced before that on a restart. So it just sucks because he had the best 5-lap average and he was second to Larson in every category. So
Showing pace, and that's a good thing. You want to answer some questions? Jump right to it.
yeah,
guess so.
Larson, absolute barn burner, led every lap, or not every lap, won every stage, won the race, had the fastest lap,
And the pole.
led the most laps, stole the pole at the last second
Oh,
from poor old Chris Buescher.
Poor Chris Buescher. He got it twice in
Bro,
a
he
year.
sat there for like, it felt like 20 cars. And
He
then
did,
Larson,
yeah.
last car out, yoink, I'm going to take that by like a lot. I think he took about like a tenth and a half.
Yeah.
Like he was
Good
fast,
amount.
fast.
All right. Well, if you're in the chat, fire up some questions. But we'll start with the Instagram.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of people brewing in the old YouTube chat, but we got some new names in here. So
We
fire
got
off
a-
some questions.
Same in the Twitter. Ask questions
We
on
got
Twitter,
we got
too,
a good amount
if
on the
anyone's
Instagram,
watching.
So
Yeah, those Russian bots in the Twitter, opachki, and sending questions.
Yeah, we're really, what do we have? Almost 300 views last week. We're at 54. Twitter's really doing the job.
yeah, not a big Twitter day. Jet Daily.
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna stop watching NASCAR.
No, you won't.
Okay.
Don't care.
Ronan H20. He said more, but I'm gonna ignore you. Ronan H21.
Hi, buddy.
In Spain, couldn't watch the race. Doubt I missed much.
Did you see what he like walked out of his hotel room to?
Yeah, the rally thing.
It was like some historic rally car show, Parc Fermé thing. Walks outside and there's just like every iconic rally car from the 70s, 80s, and 90s you could think of. I was like, what the, huh?
yeah, wild.
Denny Hamlin fans are in Spain right now without the A.
You're in
Spin?
spin.
Yeah.
Ah!
Still one of my favorite reels I ever made was the early one of Norm Reckon.
Yeah.
That was good.
No, your best reel ever was still Bristol.
Oh, the burnout?
That got like 2 views.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was one of my favorites of all time.
Me too. I thought that was going to be good.
It
was the,
hey, what?
Yeah, that one was great. I'm really mad that didn't take off. The Chastain one is the one that took off.
What was
The wall ride.
Oh yeah,
Come over him alone.
yeah. That did some numbers. Oddly enough, the one of Steve in the spinny thing at Daytona did some numbers too.
Oh yeah, like
That was like the most watched reel for like a year.
For like
first
a-
one we ever had.
Yeah.
Thirst traps work, dude.
Yeah. All right. Sam Valley 95 with a couple. What's your favorite all-star race paint scheme from the good old days? Oof. I don't know all-star race specific.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
So think of the Winston back when everybody would
Oh.
show up with. I mean, you're talking. You've got to pick from all the Earnhardt cars. So the silver one, the Wheaties car, the Olympics car, the Peter Max car,
Gold Bass
the
Pro.
Gold Bass Pro car,
I think that's my favorite.
Jeff with the Chrome Illusion car, the
T-Rex car.
T-Rex car. The year the Peter Max, I didn't love this one, but the year that Earnhardt did the Peter Max, that was the year that they had like, it was the Rainbow Warrior car, but like it almost looked like the Hot Wheels loop over the number. It was
Yeah,
like a
that
mainly
was,
red base.
I think that was like a prototype Sam Bass made when they were originally
Yes.
picking the
T-Rex.
scheme, so they used it for an all-star scheme.
Oh, Atlanta 96.
Yeah, the
It's
the
where
Olympic
is
car
it?
is so good. God,
It's here, isn't it?
no,
It's not here.
No, I didn't. The
Come
only
back.
thing
Do you have that one?
What?
The Olympic all-star race.
Dale Earnhardt car.
Dale car.
Yeah, the all silver.
The only thing that No, it has
the-
the
the
American
red, white,
flag.
one.
No, we didn't buy that one.
It drives me crazy
Yeah,
that
I did.
car, the silver numbers, because you cannot see them at all in the paint
Yeah.
scheme.
Oh, and then
It's
in
here
nine-
somewhere. It's
so
downstairs. That's,
Earnhardt-
that's mine.
Earnhardt, I mean, had so the silver car in 95, Atlanta in 96, the Wheaties car in 97, Bass Pro in 98, the gold Bass Pro car. I always forgot he did the Wrangler car in 99. He did a throwback to his own Wrangler car. And then Peter Max in 2000.
Throwback to the Wrangler car.
Somebody had it. This is
the
a picture.
picture
This
of
is a
that?
picture of all of them in the museum.
Oh my God, I vaguely remember the
I
Wrangler
don't remember
car.
that Wrangler car. Like
It's between the Wrangler car and the Bass Pro. I'm going to go Bass Pro. I just love that gold Bass Pro car.
We're gonna go with 05 Mark Martin throwback to himself with the Viagra Valvoline car.
Yep, that was a good one.
that was in the All Star race.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't remember that
No,
one.
best All-Stars, best All-Star scheme. The 24, when they did the back numbers at Bristol that one year.
No.
The 24 was the worst paint scheme I've ever seen. No, the 47 was the worst paint scheme I've ever seen in my life. But the 24 was a close second for worst.
Yep.
And it was the rear numbers with the worst underglow attempt of all time.
Oh,
That's still
But it
bothers
was
the
me.
like-
trunk underglow.
That was like the worst generation of Hendrick paint schemes. They were all bad in 2015 or whenever that was.
Yeah.
I think
And
Chase won that one.
The 24 was
Maybe.
terrible.
I don't think Terry ever did any like good Winston schemes. I'd have to look. For me, it is 100% the Chrome Illusion car because that was right. I mean, obviously, I've been a fan for a while, but I was a huge Gordon fan. I remember seeing that car under the lights, just changing colors. They're pushing it up pit road. It's purple, it's blue, it's gold, it's green. And then, like I said, that was the diecast that started my dad's diecast collection. He didn't have a single one, and then my uncle bought that one, and my dad bought it from him. And then that was just a downward spiral.
That should have
into-
been the paint scheme every week, but it was like a $40,000 base.
It
coat on
was.
that
It was the
thing.
most insane because that was back real. It was real paint. You know,
It's still gorgeous.
such a cool looking car.
They still have it. It's at the
Like
It's
they,
at the- yeah, it's
on
at
I
the
display.
think they did a fairly decent job on the William Byron.
I thought they did great.
like
Yeah.
as far as getting like a Chrome Illusion wrap, like it wasn't as good, but I think they did a pretty good attempt at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much better than the baked beans nonsense we had with Truex at Phoenix last year.
Oh, the throwback to
Or
the
maybe that was Homestead when they did the red tracker boats.
no, that was Phoenix
Was that Phoenix?
'Cause
And it literally looked like baked beans. It
'cause
was
I-
disgusting.
because I forgot about that paint scheme until I watched Full Speed, and he got the pole at Phoenix. Remember in his
Yeah.
last race, and it was the tracker.
That wasn't rigged at all.
Yeah, no, you don't say that.
All right, keep moving. Sand Valley 95. What's the one NASCAR race you could always go back and rewatch?
I think we've had this question before.
04 Daytona.
July
01.
2001.
Or not, 01 400 is what I meant
July
to say.
2001.
01 400, 01 Atlanta.
Yep. What else? There's
The day I
definitely some-
became a Harvick fan, and then obviously
You know
the
what I've
junior one for people
never
that don't know what we're talking about.
rewatched?
Yeah.
The 01 Rockingham race.
I've watched the end of it. I've
That,
watched
that
like
would probably be a fun one to watch.
I've
with
watched
Steve
like the
Park.
last 10 laps of that one recently, actually. One that always gets me, it's not the whole race, but I always find myself when I'm bored and I'm looking at YouTube, I go back to the, what was that, 14 or 15, the 400 when Junior won and Dylan ended up in the fence.
Oh,
The radio chatter from
Oh,
that, though,
yeah.
like Junior's radio, him and TJ talking back
Oh
and
my
forth.
God.
Well, for the last like 4 laps, you get when TJ was with Dale, and I mean, it was like he never stopped talking for 4 laps. And then, then you get the radio chatter after. Like, I just still watch that sometimes because it's like, how the fuck did he not die? Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think there's other ones too, but yeah, definitely I could watch the last 30 laps of the 2001 July Daytona race. I'll never get
That,
tired of watching that.
2000 Talladega with Dale Earnhardt
Oh,
marching his way through the field
100%.
to get his last win.
Yep.
Dale Earnhardt's first 500 or his
The 98
only
500.
98 500.
The 98 500 I could watch on. I mean, I could watch that no problem.
Well, he asked for one. We gave you 9,
Well,
so
I don't
enjoy
care.
those.
I don't care.
Yeah. I
Well,
don't,
if he's looking for ones to watch, he's
Yeah.
got plenty to watch.
One more too, more recent. Which I always forget that this was the same damn race, but Jeff's last win, Martinsville,
Yeah.
with the Joey Kenseth intentional
That's a
wreck.
good one.
That
That's
and then-
because it almost that feels like it's two separate races.
it does.
Yeah, it
100%.
does.
Because the Joey and Kenseth thing
was like halfway through the race.
yeah, and then you have the Gordon part. It
And
feels like
then
it's two completely
the end
separate
of the
things.
race, you had, wasn't it Jamie Mack was chasing Jeff down and Jeff's
Yeah.
trying to hold him off and it's getting dark. And then Jeff wins and he pulls up to the start finish line and they turn the spotlights on and I was crying. I was like, ah!
It was that was awesome. All right, Sam Valley 95 is another one here. Not gonna lie, kind of got bored with the Netflix show. Haven't even finished it yet.
Haven't
we
even
talked
watched
about
it
it.
yet.
It's good. I don't want anyone to think that we don't. It's a good watch. It's only 5 episodes.
If you're a huge diehard like we are, it's I don't want to say below you, but it is because it's not really
It's
targeted
just, it's
for.
so recent in your memory, but it's also so outdated that it's like,
yeah,
but we talked about it on the Discord as well. Another good point is because it's only 5 episodes, they're cramming 2 races and behind the scenes for both races into one episode
in 45
Yeah.
minutes.
in a 45, 49 minute
if
episode.
this had came out the week before Daytona 500,
100%.
Whole different
completely
story.
different conversation. So
And
they-
not to
they
mention,
dropped-
I feel like
screwed
they-
the pooch on that one.
They dropped the ball too with maybe it was because it wasn't at Daytona last year, but remember the first season? The first episode was all about the cutoff race.
Yeah.
They barely talked about the cutoff race this year. Had nothing about it. I mean, obviously they showed Harrison Burton winning Daytona. Then they talked about Chase Briscoe winning his way in Darlington. But like last year, the first episode was all about the cutoff
Should
race.
have been better build up to the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, the first Chicago street race,
Oh, good call, Ben.
that was a good one. But this year, fingers crossed, it's dry.
I don't know,
give
man.
me
I
an-
kind of enjoy the wet
Give me
wet
an
races have been
uneventful
fun.
Chicago race.
I'd like a full Chicago race to occur.
It was full last year.
Didn't they cut it down?
No.
All right, let's keep moving here. We got Preston, 4858. Getting married this coming Saturday. Any last minute advice for the big day? Well, first of all, congratulations.
Don't do it.
Um,
I don't know.
Slow.
One piece of advice.
Slow
Scumbag, go.
down.
Yes, exactly.
Enjoy it.
Legitimately.
Dan, I'm sure Dan can attest. It flies by.
Well, Kyle just got married too, so he can
yeah,
attest.
Kyle too.
Yeah, I guess I'll give a
Tell
glass,
your groom,
fuck myself.
Tell your groomsmen not to walk too fast down the aisle, or no pictures will get taken of them.
That's true.
You'll have fun at the next one, dude. Don't worry about
Li-
it.
You owe me a
Limit-
photo shoot,
Limit pre-ceremony drinking.
Steve.
Steve.
I was still there.
We had to take your flask away
yeah.
from you.
Well,
I-
I was nervous
yeah.
drinking.
Yes, you
And I
were.
get it.
And I hid your flask for a good half hour, which bought you some time.
but
Yeah.
we, I mean,
But yeah,
Steve's-
exactly what Steve said. Take a minute, just step back. What the best thing that I did that day? We had a wedding person that
Was
like
kiss me.
followed us around. That was the best thing I did that night. No, we had a person that was like our assistant, if you will, whatever.
She was awesome.
She was the best. She was absolute
She was
boss.
militant. She was like keeping us idiots in line.
Yeah, if you can have like a sidekick that like can pull you away or whatever, like help you keep things in line, that's great. But the best thing you could do is just disappear for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like just
Yep.
step aside. We had the wedding suite was
Yeah,
like
quick
you know,
quickie in the closet.
Oh, yeah, they
quick
definitely-
mish, you know. No, we hopped in the suite. They brought us some hors d'oeuvres. We just locked the door and we just sat in there for like 10 minutes and just relaxed.
This was before we walked out into the ceremony or into the reception, right?
Yeah.
You guys, because we were all standing around like, all right, that 10 minutes has got to be up. Kyle's definitely done and crying by now. Like,
easily apologizing like 7 minutes in, but
yeah. Yeah.
So
So
no, that's the best advice I could
We-
give you is step back, enjoy it, take it all in,
Yeah.
and try to slow down as best you can.
that's the thing. Like, we didn't
And
do that. Eat. 100%.
Yep.
Eat.
That's a big
Because
one.
I did
Yeah.
not. Like, I've talked about it on here before. Like, we went off to do our formal, like, our pictures. By the time we got back, all the food was gone. Like,
Yeah.
not all of it, but the
Still-
mac and cheese bar was decimated. Like, I had Steph's
Hey,
cousin.
it wasn't
Greg-
me, man.
I didn't get a
have single
cannoli at my
piece.
own damn wedding.
I got one. They were
Fuck,
good.
okay. Were they good?
Steph-
Were they good?
There were
They went-
cannolis at your wedding?
Yeah, they went
There's two
quick.
different types.
They went fast. Like Steph's cousin got me a plate of mac and cheese just to make sure I had something to eat. And by the time we got back, it was Alaska cold. And I was like, I don't even want this.
Yeah.
But I do agree. We didn't really schedule this, but at one point during the night, I have a picture of our photographer, Shauna, took a picture of us. We were just kind of standing off to the side on the dance floor, just like watching everybody.
Yeah.
And it was just cool to just kind of like soak it in. But that night, to me, granted, it was like 7 years ago. I remember like 5 minutes of it, like bits and
it's
pieces,
such a
because
blur.
it just, you're obviously you have the ceremony, whatever. Then the party starts, and you are just like, you're over here with your uncle. You're talking to this person. You're talking to your buddies over here. You're talking to this friend's group. You're talking to her friend's group over here. You're talking to, then you're, oh, we're going to go dance now. Oh, now it's dessert time. Now. Boom, it's over. You're like, what the fuck happened? What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did the last 8 hours
100%.
go? Like,
100%.
I honestly wish the only thing I think you got a video done, right? You
Yeah.
had a videographer. Did you?
No.
Yeah, we didn't either, and I wish we did because I want to go back and just relive it. Like,
So
what
we,
happened?
We got video one back. Video one is like the full video, which is the ceremony, all the speeches, like
Yeah.
front to back, those things.
Yeah.
He's still working on the hype video, which
Like
is
the
like
party video?
the 10, 15-minute party video. And I've seen some of the clips and it's fucking killer. I'm so glad we did it, but it was fucking expensive.
Speaking of video, I want to see the lost clip of us taking shots in X-Lot last year. Loudon, if you're listening.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be in that. Like, we're supposed to have a video.
I saw a video of the video. It was like a video of someone's laptop screen.
Yeah. One of these years, like,
I'll see
Loudon
it.
for weeks has
The
been posting
lost footage.
They've been posting all these hype pictures for like, come camp with us. And they show all these people having a great time camping. You're missing your biggest fans and the people who have the most fun camping. It's us. Hi.
Yeah. Your biggest supporters and your biggest hypers, which is us.
Yeah, you got to send a photographer up to our group, up to our section on Sunday. We'll get you a nice big picture.
Jill, yeah. I did.
No, I'm saying like on Sunday when we have our big group, like they get the picture of all the people in the
yeah.
stands having fun.
Yeah.
You know where to come to get the best pictures.
You have our numbers.
You have our numbers. Like,
You know the
I called you and you ain't picking up. New phone. Who dis?
Oh, you guys get a playoff date, and all of a sudden you're fucking King
That's
Britches
literally-
over there,
I don't
too
know-
big for
I don't-
us.
I know Shannon listens to us. I don't know if Jill listens to
Oh,
us,
dude.
but I guarantee you, if Jill listens to us, she's going, "Oh, new phone. Who dis?"
Oh, we have a playoff date? You guys are below us.
You guys are junk.
She's literally calling you tomorrow. Actually, your campsite's taken.
Yeah. Shannon's just gonna be like, "Yeah, you guys are just."
I just
not-
get my
You
30
lost it.
tickets refunded.
Yeah, you
You
guys
burnt
aren't.
that bridge.
Yeah, we're gonna be like a month before the race. You're gonna be texting Shannon. When's the media challenge? We did that like 2 weeks ago. Sorry, it must have got lost in the mail.
Oh, I'd be so mad. I love you.
We
Anyway,
love you. We love you guys. I've been seeing all the Loud and Hype videos, and I'm like,
Put us in
they're-
one.
They're missing, or not even videos. It's pictures, and they keep using the same picture of the chick standing on the bar in the campground. They've been using it for like 3 years. Y'all need some new content. You know where to come. You know where. Just have your people call our people, which is us.
All right, next one. Name I don't recognize. Flinno 365.
Could be Flynn. Ben, we
Could
have a
be
Ben
Ben
Flynn in the
Flynn in
chat.
there.
Hey, that might
yeah.
be Ben.
Ben,
Uh,
I have a question, Ben. Are you friends with or from the same area as Blocka? Because you've been talking about Australian supercars and SVG. So are you in Upside Down land, i.e. Australia/New Zealand? Because I want to know.
And have
We'll
you ever
find out.
fallen into a Tron machine?
What?
Yes or no?
What?
What?
Flynn, dude. That's
I've
the guy
never
from
seen that
Tron.
movie. Never seen that movie.
That's the character's name.
Not your best work. What is the parity difference between the Chevy team's engines? Seems there is some. ECR versus Hendrick, basically.
There's no difference. They're so fucking muted on
Yes!
horsepower.
New Zealand, we got another Kiwi.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
You're so muted. What?
They're so like dogged down on horsepower. It's luck of the draw on parts. It's,
Yeah, I mean,
honestly, I agree with that.
we
engine
saw
wise,
Bowman blow up 3 weeks ago, and we saw AJ blow up this week.
there is a parity there because there are two engine shops.
Yeah.
Essentially for the Chevy camp. There is the ECR engine shop, which is in Welcome, which is in the same campus, if you will, as Big Machine, RCR,
Colleague.
and that's it right there.
Yeah,
Anyway,
'cause Legacy is in.
That's Toyota.
yeah, so that's
A
where
different one.
the ECR engine shop is right there, and then obviously you have the Hendrick Welcome shop, which is in Charlotte. So yeah,
You could
Mike is
Garoppolo, you
vegan.
can tell the difference by which one AJ screams at.
right.
Yeah, but as far as like engine to engine, other than where they're manufactured, there isn't much difference. It's a Chevy small block, and it's just luck of the draw. He got a bad valve spring this week.
They get the same support from the same
Yeah.
manufacturer.
Yeah.
You could argue that
Yeah,
Hendrick is better at what they
it's
do.
not like
but-
the 70s and 80s where this guy found a trick.
Right.
And he's hollowing
think
out
it's-
this part of the head and massaging this valve.
I think it's also like he just said. Hendrick just seems to be maybe a little better at assembling them.
Yeah.
You know what I
Or
mean?
Hendrick isn't providing as many engines as ECR.
True.
You just said ECR supplies engines for 4 different teams under the same roof.
Hendrick's what? Hendrick Inspire?
Yeah.
That's
And
it?
Junior Motorsports.
Junior.
And, well, yeah, Junior Motorsports too. I'm talking Cup Series.
So that's 25 cars right there.
Yep. True. Facts?
5 engines a weekend if Junior's running a full slate.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mike is vegan. Who does Connor Jones try to fight after the truck race?
Yeah, for some reason, Nice is putting Connor Jones in the 44 truck this weekend, and that's going to go well.
Should
I think
go
it's
very
who's trying to
poorly.
fight Connor Jones after the truck
That's
race, to be
someone's
honest.
going to fight him. It's not the other way around. Yeah.
Karsten Hocevar, for some reason, will just show up and start fighting him.
Oh,
Did
this,
you see
this is
that-
good.
I did love the someone put a meme up about that, and it was like the Nice having a board meeting. They're like, who can we put in the car this week? How about leading ARCA Point Series, Butterbean Queen? That'd get the fans going. How about veteran Ross Chastain. And then there's like the guy in the corner. It's like, how about Connor Jones?
Well, the guy we had to kick out last year because he just wrecked every week.
Yeah.
Put Chris Wright in there too.
Oh, God.
Downriver Diecast has a couple, one of which I'm not going to read because it's not legal in all 50 states, but we
But-
appreciate you. And Steve and I do participate. I never
Yep.
did until probably the last couple of years. Steve has forever.
Yes, I have.
I never have. Once.
What would you rate the Fox broadcast from this year? Didn't say on what. We'll go with a 1 to 10 scale. What do you give it, Steve?
2, just a 2.
Just 2.
You
were gonna give him a point
I was
something
gonna
like,
go
no, you don't deserve it.
225, but not even worth it. Just
Not
a
even
2.
worth a 2.1.
Yep.
No, just a 2.
Just a 2.
2 flat. That was- I just watched the wheels turn in your brain. You're like, they don't deserve anything more than that.
was
That's
gonna-
all you're getting.
I'll
Yeah.
give him like a 4.3, and that's strictly because the chemistry feels like it's better than it has been in
Yeah.
a long time, but the quality still sucks ass.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you in the 4s, like low 4s, 4,
Yeah.
1, 4, 2. I'm not like so mad at it that I don't want to watch.
Yep.
But it's the commercials. I'm sorry, and CW has really opened my eyes because all their commercials are side by side. Like every commercial's a side by side, and it's like, so Fox, you have the technology. Why aren't you doing that? At the very least, we can have a side by side. You know,
I'm going to go 3.7. Kind of split the difference.
That's solid.
Because the booth, I agree, the booth has gotten chemistry-wise a little bit better. Joy, I think, has gotten a little bit worse.
Yep.
And I think a lot of it does hinge on not necessarily them because the producers have sucked so bad.
It's the producers.
Like they don't see what's going on. Maybe, I don't know. Obviously, we're not behind the scenes. We've heard the Boyer pen toss and the frustration from them multiple times. So we don't know if they've just kind of given up because the producers suck so bad.
Yeah.
But either way, it's not good. And looking at the CWs are rookies trying to figure this out. They still got their goddamn swimmies on in the shallow end, and they're putting out a 7.9.
But that being said, the CW is brand new, so they're trying their hardest.
Remember
And
how
they're
good
doing-
Fox was in
and they're doing
2001?
a damn
could-
good job.
They could dwindle down to like, all right, we can fit a couple more commercials in here and
But
there.
it's not like the CW's trying anything unique.
No.
Yeah.
They've seen, I feel
Well,
like they've seen what
their-
everybody else has done
their
and just done it
studio-
cleaner.
Yeah.
Their studio's semi-unique,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
it seems like it's working good.
Yeah, it
But
is.
they're like, if you watch the CW broadcast, you're like, they've probably been doing this forever.
Yeah.
And it's flawless. They're
Yeah.
not going over the top. They're not doing these crazy animation bullshit like Fox with their goddamn cartoons. They're just like stock photos lined up perfectly. And they
People
do a
are-
damn good job.
People are all up in arms about. They're still all up in arms about the CW. Like, I guess they announced that they're going to be doing Charlotte from the studio, and
Yeah.
people are like flipping out. And I'm like, I don't care because it's still a good
I don't give a
broadcast.
fuck where they do it.
It's not
the
like
problem
Fo-
is because the old Fox trucks, or all the Fox trucks it might still be, do it from the studio, and there is such an obvious difference.
Yes, CW.
Same with the Cup Series this week. Felt like it could have been in a studio. The way they were just missing shit.
Yeah, I
But
wanted.
CW, when they're in a studio, it doesn't feel like they miss a beat like the other series or the other
I
broadcasters.
did want to
do.
bring up on the broadcast front though. I did not know that's how they worked the robo cameras. Did you see that little bit?
Yeah.
The guy in the trailer with like he looked like
Yeah.
he was actually working the camera, but it was just he's
Wild.
like VRing it. And then so the guy's retiring, and they're like, "Oh, you've never been on the tracks." They send him out with Bubba in the pace car, and he's just ripping Bernie's on pit road, and like that was awesome.
That being said, ask us in a few weeks how Fox is once we have hopefully Prime and TNT just knocking it out of the park.
I'm like cautiously optimistic that it's going to be good.
Like I said with CW, because they're brand new, they're trying their hardest. So any little issue they have, which they've had plenty, you kind of dust off. And you're like, yeah, you guys are new. We understand stuff like this happens. Any issue Fox has, we're like, you've been doing this for 25 years. You shouldn't have these mistakes.
Yeah. That's
Where
100% right.
TNT and Prime are brand new. Neither of them have ever broadcasted a race before, never mind the Cup Series in the middle of the season. So their little mistakes, you're gonna dust off. You're gonna be like, yeah, that happens. It's brand new. You're getting the kinks out. But I feel like they're just gonna be so good. Like I feel like it's gonna be CW energy multiplied.
We'll find
Yeah.
out. What non-motorsport all-star event would you like to attend?
If they keep doing the Four Nations hockey, I mean, it's always been hockey because the skills competition is sick as hell. But
yeah, or Winter Classic. I'd go to Winter
but
Classic.
the All
That's not an
Star.
all-star, though.
Yeah, you got to go All Star weekend.
yeah, but that
Winter
is
Classic's
like
not an all-star.
that's an exhibition game,
no, it's
isn't
not.
it?
It's a real game.
Is it a season
Yeah,
game?
that's a regular season game. It just has no roof. For me, yeah, it's always been the NHL All Star Weekend, but especially now with this Four Nations Cup that fucking killed it this year.
I agree with you because of the skills competition. I love those things.
Oh, they're the best.
I used to want to say NBA because you had the dunk contest
Yeah.
and the skills competition, like the 3-point contest, but none of the big names even do
It's
it anymore.
not what it.
And I don't follow the NBA anymore for basically that reason and many others.
The dunk
but
contest and the 3-point contest back in the 90s when we were kids were like must see TV.
yeah.
And now it's like
Now half the people that are the best dunkers in the league don't even do it.
the
So
kid.
it's like, yeah, whatever.
I think the kid I saw it earlier this year when NBA was on their All Star break. I think the kid that's won the dunk contest the last 2 years isn't even in the NBA. He's a G leaguer, like the minor leaguer. They
I don't
bring
even
him
know.
up. He's like some kid that no one knows.
Anything else to add?
No, I'd probably just join you guys with the NHL thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never watched any of that stuff. So
Speaking of,
Downriver
how the Celtics
Diecast.
doing?
Realistically, how many more years till they make a new car for the Gen 8?
we got a ways to
A
A
go.
long
while.
time.
Yeah.
We
Long
gotta-
time.
that's
So we're
a-
not even
look
going to
at-
give that
Usually
any time.
like 10 years.
5 to 8 years away.
When did the COT was in 07. And
so that ran for 9 years.
that ran because Gen 6 was like 15, 16 when they started doing which the Gen 6 was just a COT with a different body on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In reality,
It wasn't a full redesign.
It wasn't like the next gen was a full new car. I could see
the
that
next
like a
full new
facelift.
car,
You're talking
10 years.
10, 15 years
Yeah.
because the COT in all of its versions, let's say that's Gen 5 and 6, because essentially it was just a facelift.
Right.
You're talking 07 to 2022.
Yep.
We got a long way to go.
Yeah.
It says Gen 5 is 07 to 12, and then
Okay.
Gen 6 is 13 to 21.
Okay. So I mean, yeah, we got 10 years.
A long
at
time
least.
to go. Okay.
Hopefully they
this
change
one's
some
fun.
But that being said, the car tomorrow had
You
3 or
said-
4
With that being said, all the time.
major iterations.
It
done-
did. You had
changes done to
you had it with the wing and the splitter, no wing and the splitter.
Then they changed the
Then they
splitter.
changed the splitter to the valence kind of looking
Yeah.
thing, like how Arca has now.
Yep.
And then it went to the Gen 6 after that.
What do you think the best looking car was post 01?
It's the Gen 4s all day. It's the 04.
05,
Oh,
06.
Yeah.
Dodge Charger.
Actually take
Charge.
that back. 01. So like
You weren't a big Intrepid guy?
No, the Dodge Charger, when the grill was lowered to the bottom of the bumper with the pig nose, is my favorite. Like Casey Kane,
Why am I
9
blanking?
Mopar.
these.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hate those.
So
I
I've
don't
always
like
loved these
those.
Monties where they had like the
They
whoop
just
spoiler.
look so stretched.
Nope. And especially this package with the roof blade and the wicker, like, so this would have been like 01 or like 2000 to like 03, I think. I loved the headlights on these compared to like that style where they had the rounded oval Monte Carlo headlights. I loved how these looked. I've always loved
I think
those.
so damn heavy.
I love the taillights, the tall, skinny
Yeah.
taillights. I don't know. Oh, wait, that thing is a beast.
It's a brick.
I don't know, 118.
Yeah, I
I
just-
can't do them.
Those cars, they always just looked super stretched
I
out.
love
You just
them.
gave me such anxiety catching that by the
I think
spoiler.
it's 04, 05 is the year I like. Like Chevy before they went to the Impala with the giant teardrop
The bigger.
headlights.
I didn't
When
like
they had
those.
the fat version of those headlights for some reason that
See,
never
I-
made sense.
See, I thought those looked goofy as hell. Like,
Oh, I
that,
loved
To
those.
me, that looked like the Monte Carlo you saw on the street. You know what I mean? It
right.
It did. It definitely did. I'll give you that.
And
nothing else, just
also,
a fun question.
honestly, Gen 6s in general. I think the Gen 6s
Yeah,
look,
Gen 6 Camaro is the work of art.
going back and looking at
Yeah.
watching like a Talladega race from the best of the Gen 6s. Those cars on the fucking ground, they look so cool.
I think the next gens are gorgeous cars.
I do too. They just suck at everything else.
When they have them fucking slammed to the ground, they look mean as hell.
We've
They
said
do.
it. We
They
said
just
it.
race like ass.
We said it at every race we went to last year when we were in the garage. Loudon, Pocono.
How
and
low and fat they are. Like the roof seems so low
Me and
on them.
Norm-
They're so thick.
I'm pretty sure it was Loudon,
Dumb
Pocono,
thick.
and the
Dumb
Roval.
beast,
We
dude.
all walked through the garage Saturday morning, and Norm would go, "God damn, I always forget how low these things
God
are."
damn, dumps like a truck.
Dumps like
Yeah.
a truck. Truck.
All right, Nathan Danforth. If you could snap any active driver's winless streak, who would you pick?
KB.
Alex Bowman.
Wow. KB.
Pretty sure we all know where I'm going with that one.
It's not even that long.
Ross Chastain, really?
The Wood brothers have more wins
I know.
since 23 than Chase Elliott.
Bowman's isn't even that long either. It was a freaking
Doesn't
Chicago
matter.
last
He
year.
hasn't won
It's been more than a week, so snap it.
For me, KFB, first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't like seeing him go out like this. I just
Yeah.
want to see him get some wins.
It's like watching an old man get beat up.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost like I feel like Brad K, just because I feel like he's deserved way more.
True.
I don't want it to be Brad K because I want him to hang it up and just be at the helm
Yeah.
and make this as
I was
awesome.
You
having,
guys
as
are
I
all
was
naming
having
people-
some dirty RFK thoughts earlier.
Ooh, go on.
The whole like them getting the Rick Ware charter, Brad K seeming.
Oh, you
like
playing
he wants to
hypothetical
hang
games
it up.
again?
He's
Yeah,
playing
I want
padded-
Corey
padded
LaJoy
room.
at RFK so bad.
I wanted to, before we get too far, sorry, honorable mention on best looking car, the Nationwide Challengers.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
those
they
look-
were so confused.
They were so cool.
The Gen 6 Charger we almost got was a good looking car.
Yep.
The
Sorry,
one
I
they
just-
released it, and then like 2 weeks later, Dodge is like, actually, we quit NASCAR.
But you guys were bringing up people that have won in the last like year. Brad
Yeah.
K, Chase, Bowman, long streaks like that. Give me the, because Kyle hasn't won. What, he didn't win last year, so it would have been
Yeah, 22, yeah,
23.
23.
Early, was that early 23 when he rattled off like three
wins,
wins and
yeah.
then hasn't had shit since?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Right.
before the All Star race.
I would take a Gregson win
I would also take a Gregson win.
because he hasn't won since Xfinity. Obviously,
I would love a Corey win, but you know.
he needs to be in a car for that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. L98 Jake, wonder what Bowman was feeling. We talked about at the end of his race. Sam Valley 95. I got engaged over the weekend.
Goddamn.
Any advice?
Congratulations.
Run.
Slow down.
I mean, we already gave wedding advice. What else do you want from us?
Norm, you give him advice.
Whatever your wife says about the wedding,
Don't
just
do
shake-
it.
Just
There it is.
whatever your wife says she wants to do for the wedding, just yes, ma'am.
Don't get married, buy toys.
Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah.
This is not about you
It's
at
not.
all. You are an accessory after the fact.
You are a parking cone in the
That's
parking
it.
lot.
You have a job to be there.
Yep.
And that's it.
Don't get too drunk and don't get an embarrassing sunburn is all you have to do.
Yep.
That's really good advice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Definitely don't get too drunk because you're going to need to remember your night. It's going to be a blur as it is.
Yep.
Do not get too drunk. But when it comes to the wedding planning, do as much as you can to help, but don't get in the way.
Do
Yep.
not get in the
Yes.
way.
Offer help. Just don't have.
What
too
can I
many
take off the
opinions.
plate? Like, can I coordinate the DJ? Can I do like
Or-
simple things or
Yeah,
Hear
that's,
me
whatever?
out.
that's what I did. I dealt with
Do-
the DJ and like Kevin Miller's band and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free bird.
Which almost ruined the
Rebound.
entire thing, but you guys pulled it together. It was a close one.
It almost
I
ruined the
just-
whole
with-
thing because
with-
we almost took our pants off because
With
we started
Relum
playing
on the
Freebird.
triangle up there.
But
dude,
I
just
just,
killing it.
it's like if they want to do something and you're not all about it,
Shut up.
just shut up. Just do it. It'll make
It
her
is
happy.
her day.
Exactly. It is her essentially party. You are just invited and a very important guest.
And you might be paying for it.
You
Dude,
just
foolproof plan. Do one task really bad so they don't ask you to do anything else.
I did that, I think.
You always need to have the last word, and it is yes, dear.
Yep.
Smile and nod
Smile and nod.
to a lot of
Yes.
those questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Smile and nod.
Forget to send the invites out, then it's all about you guys.
Happy
There's
to
no
help.
distractions.
Keep it simple.
Yo, 100%.
Stupid.
Coming from you.
Yeah, right. It's a lot. So keep it small, keep it intimate, have fun.
If you can have a really old bowling alley at your wedding, it'll be really fun.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
fucking
that's
Yeah, that's
true,
game
That was
too.
so
changer.
cool.
I know.
Or if you can just do it in somebody's backyard and just get hammered drunk in a canoe.
Did that. That's facts.
And that's all I got from the Instagram question. We got anything in the disco?
Yeah, there was a couple. Let me get to it. Questions for the show. That title
Nothing
change seemed
in
to work.
the YouTube.
No, there's one. Somebody, James Laverty. What cheese do you put on a burger?
Oh, did we get one?
Pepper Jack.
Yeah, he said pepper jack himself.
Yeah, I'm a Pepper Jack guy.
I'm an American man.
I like pepper
He's
jack.
American
Can't remember.
man.
I think Pepper Jack when I was making fancy burgers.
Pepper jack.
When
or
I first got
Monster?
that Firestone hooked up or Blackstone fired up for the first time.
Firestone?
Yeah, Firestone. RIP, dude. I used to work there. Fuck that company.
All right. Spinelli, this is, FMK NASCAR seasons,
Okay.
but they're all next gen 22, 23, 24. I would marry 22 because that year was wild.
It was, yeah.
Shit show.
And it had Fontana on the schedule.
Yep. I would probably kill 24 just because of how it ended and you had the 15th place average finish driver win the championship,
Yep.
and that kind of annoyed me.
Yep.
If I could redo a season, it'd be 24.
Like a race that started over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, so
Alex Bowman put some tungsten in that thing at the Roval, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh,
that's still-
it could have changed the whole outcome of the wrinkle in time.
Literally,
Would've
that is the fucking butterfly.
If I had a time
that is the
machine,
butterfly effect.
if I had a time machine, I'd go back to that 48 car and just
make
pee
sure
in the back
yeah.
seat or something.
Literally, that
Just drop a Bud Light in the passenger
they
side.
put,
You're good, bro.
they put
Go.
a couple more pounds in that, and we are not at dinner in Charlotte pissed off. Because remember, we were all
I
sitting
still
there.
won because of that.
We
but-
were all sitting there. I went to the bathroom, remember? And I looked at my phone while I was taking
when we were
a
at the
leak.
barbecue joint?
Yeah, the barbecue
Yeah.
joint.
That place was great. by the way.
I was taking a leak and I looked at my phone right as it broke, and I like sprinted back to the
No, I
table.
thought it
and
broke
was-
when we were driving to it.
No, we were at dinner.
No, we were there.
We were there.
We were at the barbecue
awful.
place. But like, if that
Ruined
doesn't
the weekend.
happen,
Place was good. I had my first ever sun drop there.
oh, I could use a sun
Strong.
drop right now. But they put that weight in. That whole wrinkle in time, like you said, butterfly effect. It changes
Yeah.
everything.
All right, so what's everyone's answers?
I'm marrying 2022 just because that was the first year of the next gen. It was crazy. Fucking 23 because it was fine. It was still a little bit of craziness, but it started to slow
Yeah.
down a little bit. And then I'm killing last year just because of how it ended.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that.
I'm gonna.
And then he said, "How does 25 compare so far to the 3 other seasons?" I feel like we're very far away from those because we haven't look at who's won outside of the Josh Berry at Vegas. It's all the guys you expect. Like we're back to like
The cream has risen.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
It's kind of hard to tell at this juncture because the season doesn't normally get fucked until the playoffs.
Yeah, he's got something different.
I was gonna say I'll marry 22 because I went to the 500.
Oh.
I'll fuck 24 because we went to Coda
oh.
and kill 23.
True.
Oh shit! You're thinking
I
about
wasn't
an
thinking
experience. I
experiences.
wasn't
I'm-
either.
I'm
See,
thinking
I'm-
about
I'm
things I
marrying
did
But
this
I'm
year.
marrying last year because
Yeah.
we went on a fucking ride
we went to
last year.
we went to 5 races.
Yeah,
I'm marrying 23 just because YRB won.
fair.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And I'll kill 22 and I'll fuck 24 because there's a chance if I fuck 24, something might get changed and Bowman's champion.
Yeah,
All
if you're
right,
going
what else we
experience
got?
wise, I'm marrying
Yeah.
the fuck out of last year.
100%.
Way
Nikki
more.
Lowe, seeing his 1.5 tracks put on the best shows with this car, do you think NASCAR should build another track like Kansas? And if so, where should they build it? It's already built. It's in Chicago.
Yeah,
And there's
No.
also one in Kentucky.
Build one in Colorado.
you don't need to build another one. You already have some. Just
Go to
use them.
Chicago and Kentucky. Someone literally spelled out Chicago in emojis.
Nice.
Who was it? It was Trass.
Oh boy.
Cole C52. Do you think Kyle Busch would ever race for 2311? Him and Denny seem to be a lot more buddy-buddy than I thought they would be today on Denny's podcast. I guess Kyle's on Denny's show this
Yeah,
week.
I mean, I think he would.
I don't know. It sounded like Toyota wanted him to stay at the end of their relationship and Joe Gibbs wanted him out. So I think Toyota would take him back. But at this
definitely
point, it seems like he's kind of already made his bed with Chevy.
Uh,
Like, I don't know if he
Carteropoli-
switches
And then
manufacturers
also
again.
Toyota has other people coming up. Some
Yeah.
hot shots that are
Carter Rupley
long-term.
added to it. I want to add for the show Dylan on DBC because he's on there this week, and they did bring up some of the RCR stuff. He said, "I hope Kyle stays." When Freddie mentioned KB might be looking for a new ride.
Interesting.
He only mentioned that because KB's 2-year contract
Yeah.
or 3-year contract ends at the end of this year.
Well,
So they were saying that's a possibility because somebody asked about their like silly season thing, and they're like, pretty
Oh.
much everyone's locked down.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of people. Like, everyone wants to bring up the Suarez or the Bowman, and it's like
they're locked
these
in.
guys are all technically in contracts. They'd have to end contracts to swap them out.
I'd be surprised if we have much of a rookie battle next year at all.
Yeah, I
Like,
But
honestly,
the thing
I
is,
see the biggest moves with like Spire or Colleague, like these feeder Chevy teams. And right now, the high end Chevy teams are pretty much locked up, and there's a surplus. We talk about Heim and Toyota. That's him and Sawalich are your
Sawalich
Toyota
ain't
up and comers. Sawalich isn't ready. Heim is ready, but he can't go to Joe Gibbs, so he has to go to 2311. There's already a
Or
deal
Legacy.
in place that he's going to go to 2311 if the 35 sucks. Like, so the Toyota pipeline is pretty cut and dry.
and you also still have this ever looming lawsuit thing with
Yeah.
the charters, if that's even going to be a
But
thing.
Chevy just has a surplus of drivers coming
Yeah.
up that have nowhere to go.
think
Yeah.
about you got
So
Austin,
I would just-
Austin Hill, Jesse Love,
Yeah.
everybody in junior
So
motorsports.
it's a long list. We don't need to go through the whole thing.
So
It'll
like
take forever.
Spire and Colleague, those are the guys that need to be worried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't think Suarez in the Zilich deal, we've talked about that a million times, that something would need to be crazy to happen there. And if that happens, Suarez is now going to take that Spire ride that was in
Yeah.
question before, or that Colleague ride that was in question before.
So like I think it's going to be lower end names
Yeah.
shaking things
But
up,
it's like
if
you
or,
said,
anything
but
else.
like
or
you
a
just said,
surprise retirement from somebody.
yeah, like you just said though, everyone's locked down in contracts. We learned last year that contracts mean nothing more than the paper they're written on. With the whole Haley and Corey thing, and then even a couple years,
Yeah,
and then
I mean,
even a
it
couple
does,
years
but-
ago with the Reddick going to 2311 while he was still signed with RCR.
Yeah, it costs people money to buy those things out. And
But
I don't
if they
think
wanted-
anybody's spending money right now
True,
because of this
true.
lawsuit thing that's
Yeah.
looming. So-
Speaking of all of the things we just talked about, Pepper, I think it's Heim time. Kick out the gas station baby and bring in the true heir to Toyotathon.
That is literally written in his contract.
Yep.
Also, listen to this week's episode of History Buffs. Love peppers.
Oh, did you see Pepper clipped him
Yes.
last week?
Yes.
Fuck you too, Norm. I hate them.
Benjamin Franklin's a G. Can't wait to learn what he does in his later years, Pepper. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat.
That's it from Discord.
That's it. Anything in the chat? No?
No, we got the
think it's
cheese
just
on the
that
burger.
cheese and
That's
the
about it.
cheeseburger.
Yeah, they're
All
kind
right.
of just bipping and bopping to each other.
Bibbidi bobbidi boobity.
Bibbidi
Yep.
bobbidi boop. All right, before we sign off, as we always do, follow us everywhere at
Loose Fast _pod on the Instagram and the Twitter X thing. The Loose Fast podcast on YouTube and loosesfastpodcast.com for all your stylish merch
merchandise
needs.
It was a big order that went in this week.
Yeah, Preston's, wasn't it? He just got
No,
it.
it was mine.
Oh, did you order me more stuff?
No.
The stuff you got for me and then gave away?
No?
I'm going to need that before Pocono. So we
Yeah,
need
you
to talk.
just tell me what you
Did you
want.
buy those jacuzzis?
Hmm?
Did you buy koozies?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we did the
I
thing?
ordered 100.
Yeah, so if you're in Pocono, come find us because we're going to be throwing those things around like beads in New Orleans, but you got to work for them. No, you don't. We're
You
just
gotta
gonna
show
give
some shaft if you want the koozies, all right?
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa!
Yeah, I got, I think 100 of them.
Yeah, so
Is it
we're
100
going
or 150?
to be handing those out.
Just making it rain with koozies.
We're going to be throwing them into cars in the garage so it flies up in the negative pressure.
Throw it right in the 48, give them some weight,
Yeah.
you know?
So that,
No, you gotta
so,
throw it in somebody else's car to weigh them down.
So
you
while
failed tech for an ounce.
while the car is racing and it gets that negative air pressure, like they go to the in-car and it's just floating in front of the camera.
And then it just got the window.
See
Just
ya.
stick it to somebody's rear camera.
I hope we cause a debris caution. And then just zoom in on it. And Loose's Fast Podcast koozie.
No, we
in
got to bring,
turn two.
I like Norm's idea, we got to bring stickers and go for that rear camera and just like walk by and
Like, who's the best at mirror driving? Chastain? Stick it to his rear mirror. Block him now, bitch.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I'm Kyle Belcher.
Dan Walker.
Norm Peltier.
Scumbag Steve.
And we'll catch you in North Wilkesboro.
Bye.
Which is still crazy that we're going to North
I still
Wilkesboro.
can't believe it.
Yeah, that's nuts.
It's bananas, some would say.